Remember the Boy Meets World where they killed Kenny?
Yeah, and then there was Sean. That was the title of the episode. They covered that in the podcast already a couple years ago now.
Yeah,
Still the most popular episode of Boy Meets World.
really? The creepy Halloween
Oh,
one?
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a solid episode of TV. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
So, thank you, Kenny. We'll always know he was this tall. Hello and welcome to episode 54 of the Watch It Bro podcast. Like yesterday, I'm Tristan,
And I'm Marshall.
and today is going to be an episode of Titanic proportions.
That it is. I like the pun.
Yeah, well, it just came to me. But today we're going to be we're going to, Titanic's on the menu.
Woo, Titanic! I'll have mine with fries.
You will have it with salt water. Too soon?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
You thinking about the tragedy of it or how awful drinking salt water would be?
Both.
Oh. So Titanic is a movie. That was a long pause right there.
It was a long pause. I was waiting for you to say something. I was going to say something like, that's not what we say yet.
Right. Oh, I want to long pause.
But I won't. Oh, I thought that was like his.
Leave it there.
Yeah. Gotta get our friends' references in.
Yes, we do. Oh, should we get into the specs of this movie? Because I got nothing else.
That sounds good. Let's spec it
Titanic.
up.
Okie dokie. Titanic was written and directed by James Cameron.
It
You're probably
was.
familiar with more of James Cameron's work. He likes to blow stuff up.
What?
Tell me the man does not like explosions.
No, I mean he likes explosions. I mean he did The Abyss. He did Terminator movies. He did
Yeah,
Aliens.
that's the
And
sequel to Alien.
it is, and he's also responsible for the Avatar movie series. Not
Yeah, I
the
still
not
like
the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie series, but the Avatar giant blue people movie Avatar.
Yeah, I'd still like to kick him in the shin for those.
You're not a
Moving on
fan?
to our starring cast. We
Not a
have at the
fan of
top of this.
those?
Nah,
Oh.
yeah, I've never seen him.
Oh. You jerk for making movies? I've never seen them. I don't know.
Conceptually, I'm just like, no. Don't care that they go to Avaland or Narnia or wherever the heck they go.
Pandora.
There it is.
They're looking for unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Yep,
Do they ever find unobtainium?
they do. It's on Pandora.
It just got worse. So, our starring cast in this movie, we're going to have, according to the Wikipedia, Marshall's favorite website for information.
It is.
We have the great Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oh, that's good. They got him first.
who you might recognize from lots of things. Wolf of Wall Street, The Great Gatsby. He was in the Wolf of Wall Street.
I know he was.
Or just the
That's
obscurity of it.
that's just not a movie I thought you would have gone with.
What was the one? The Western one he was in.
Django.
No, when he was young. I'll look it up now.
He was in such movies as Catch Me If You Can, What's Eating Gilbert Grape,
What's Eating Gilbert Grape was so good.
and Romeo and Juliet.
That's right, with the Claire Danes.
Yeah. I mean, he was also in Wolf of Wall Street. I just didn't think that'd be one to go with.
Let alone the first one I went with. Oh, he's also Blood Diamond. Saw that one mostly.
Oh yeah, it's a groin
The
page
Quick,
too,
the
wasn't
Quick
he?
and the Dead.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Man
Is
in
this
the
our first
Iron, Man in the Iron Mask. Guess this is our first Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh yeah, The Revenant and The Departed. Bunch of Scorsese films.
That's right. He was in an episode of Roseanne. He was uncredited.
Oh, we can move on to somebody else now, I think.
Moving on, we have Kate Winslet. She was in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
Black Widow.
Sense and Sensibility. Finding Neverland.
Oh, yeah.
That's enough. Moving on, we have following her. What did you have more you want to talk about of Kate
No, I'm
Winslet?
good.
Fun fact.
Oh, I like fun facts.
It's not really a fun fact, but her and
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio bonded so much during this movie that they are still besties today.
That is a fun fact.
Moving on, we have Billy Zane, who had parts in Matlock, Charmed, Psych, and Back to the Future.
Yes. The great Billy Zane.
From there, we go to Kathy Bates is in this.
Yes. Her second movie on this podcast.
Second or third?
Second?
Okay. And she's currently starring as the new Matlock in the new Matlock.
Yep.
She was in.
She
That's right.
is.
She was in You May Not Kiss the Bride. That was fantastic. She was
She was
great in
also
that.
in Misery
She was in Misery.
and on Big Bang Theory for several episodes.
She also played Charlie Sheen's character on Two and a Half Men.
Yes. I believe we talked about that.
We did briefly at some point. I don't know if it was on the podcast or not. But after her, we have another actress returning to the podcast in Frances Fisher, who was in Wild America.
Yes, she was. And I just listened to that episode.
How was it?
It was fun. It was a good one. I think we did a good job with that one.
I'm glad.
Yeah. I still have no recollection of that movie, but
Even after you've seen it, you don't recognize it?
no. I mean, I recognize it to the point that I saw it recently, but not like eh.
But Frances Fisher was also in House of Sand and Fog, True Crime, Jolene, and The Lincoln Lawyer. After her, we have
One one second.
after her we have 1 second. Marshall didn't like that very much. After Frances Fisher, we have Bernard Hill, who played King Rohan in Lord of the Rings.
He played King Theoden in Lord of the Rings
Why do I have King Rohan written down?
because he was king of Rohan, but his
King,
name was Theoden.
King of Rohan.
Yeah.
See what happens when I shorthand? I'm like, King
King
Rohan.
Rohan.
That sounds right. It is partially.
Yes, there's words missing.
I wrote it shorthand. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in a really long time.
This is King England. No, no.
You'd still know what they meant. This is King England. Yeah, that's close enough, Joe.
Oh,
After King Rohan, we have Jonathan Hyde returning to the podcast. But you right know him from The Mummy, Jumanji, Richie Rich.
yes, he was a Richie Rich. I forgot about that.
After Jonathan Hyde, we have Danny Nucci, who I didn't write down anything he was in.
Now, Danny
I don't.
Nucci.
Yeah, I don't think he had much.
Who did he play?
Should have wrote that down at least.
Fabricio.
Yes. Oh, and he was in the TV series The Fosters.
Okay.
Oh, he did some voice work in The Brave Little Toaster. Oh, and he played Benny Rodriguez in The Sandlot's Heading Home. He was briefly in the Ferris Bueller TV show and had bit parts all throughout some of the better sitcoms.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, little guest spots all over the place, still to this day. Anyway, moving on from him, we have David Warner, who was the professor in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2,
Yes, he was.
and was also the narrator in The Search for Christopher Robin.
Interesting. I feel like he's been on this podcast once before,
He might have been. I don't think
or
so.
in a movie featured on this podcast. You know how we do it.
And rounding out our starring cast, according to the Wikipedia, but I'm going to mention one more after this man, Bill Paxton, who was in
Okay.
Apollo 13, Twister, Mighty Joe Young, and has done a lot of work with James Cameron before his unfortunate passing.
Yes. Yes he has.
And yes,
Who else were you gonna mention?
I was going to mention the legendary Gloria Stewart,
Okay.
who was in The Dark Old House or The Invisible Man. She was in a lot of the Shirley Temple musicals. She took a brief, what do you call it, break from acting and then returned later in life. But, fun fact,
I like fun facts.
with a bit of a spoiler warning, in this movie, her character lives to be 100 years old.
Yes.
In real life, Gloria Stewart would live to be 100 years old.
Yep. That is a fun fact. I like that one. Uh, Also, fun fact.
Go for it.
We so she plays the older version of Kate Winslet's character
Correct.
in this. and she wanted to meet before everything started filming or anything. She wanted to meet with Kate Winslet for quite a for a long period of time to get to know her and figure out kind of her mannerisms because she was playing basically who Winslet would be playing.
Right, they were playing the same
So
character.
yeah, yeah. So she tailored her performance off Kate Winslet's.
Very nice.
Yep,
This movie was released December 19th, 1997.
that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Uh, it's mute. There was a lot of good music in this, and it was done by James Homer, who is not a name you'd probably recognize, but there's a lot of his movies that you would recognize.
Do
Several
you
of
have
which,
some of those?
several of which have been done on this podcast, like Field of Dreams, The Rocketeer, and Willow.
Fantastic.
But going on further from that, give me a sec.
Okay.
Sorry, James Horner, not James Homer. I can't read my writing.
Are you gonna fix that?
Yeah, I will. He also did Aliens, The American Tale, Apollo 13, Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, Land Before Time, Legends of the Fall, Jumanji, Mask of Zorro, Deep Impact, How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey, and The Amazing Spider-Man in 2012. And The Karate Kid in 2010. Oops, I apologize. Well, I won't mention that, even though it's canon now. Titanic was made on a budget of $200 million, and it would become the most profitable movie ever made and hold that title for many, many years, bringing in $2.264 billion.
Yes. This
More
is
than
a
$2 billion profit.
yeah. Yeah, this movie is a juggernaut,
No kidding. Probably the biggest movie we'll ever do on the podcast.
probably.
And Marshall stole
I
it.
mean, consider there's not really one bigger.
That's true.
I mean, for this movie, they had to develop new ways of filming things and new technologies to make this vision come to life.
Yes, they did. This was this. I don't even know how to put into words the change in cinema that this movie brought on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because this James James Cameron's been at the forefront of moving forward the technology, the way movies have been done for ages. I mean, the the computer graphics they use for Terminator 2 with the liquid metal Terminator or even the Abyss before that, those are steps forward in how movies and effects were done. Um, and this just added to that long list.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of practical prop work in this, which I
Yes,
appreciate.
way more practical, way more this was done too at a time where practical was overwhelmingly, um, still a thing.
Right,
When it was getting into the digital age, we had just had Jurassic Park, moving away from stop motion, dinosaurs to actually 3D model dinosaurs, um, and as we would go into the 2000s, there'd be more prevalence of 3D, and this was a good blend of both.
very much so. Well, Marshall,
Yes? Oh, yeah.
you want to go for a trip?
Let's do it.
Right, we start off with the Paramount logo because Marshall loves them logos.
I do, and it's that classic mountain. We see that in Indiana Jones as well as here.
Yep. And then we get some old timey footage of the Titanic's maiden voyage send off with that song playing.
That nice sepia tone.
Yes. And those of you who are our age or around our age know exactly what I mean when I say that song playing.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that at all at the at the specs.
No, we didn't. You want to talk about it now that it's first happening?
Celine Dion.
Did not want to do this song.
She did not.
She was like, "Absolutely not." I don't remember. Well, it's been a while since I prepared for this movie, and I didn't prepare for it because I was busy yesterday. And I don't remember what got her to sign on to do the song. I'm thinking money, but
I can find out really quick. So Celine Dion, who did not want to record "My Heart Will Go On," because she said she found it unappealing, was convinced to by her husband slash manager, and it has skyrocketed her career.
okay. So money, got it. But yeah, so we were looking at the sepia tone, old school footage of the from the actual Titanic maiden voyage.
Yes.
And then we get some pretty cool he does pretty cool effects of like camera like panning over something and taking us from present time to the past or past to present time.
Yeah, yeah. They so since we're going into this whole thing right now, fun facts. Um James Cameron did 12 dives down to Titanic in subs. What? Was that
That
your fun fact?
that's exactly what I was about to go into.
Oh, okay.
I paused and you're like, "All right, Tristan's not taking him."
Like the Spider-Man green screen thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's beautiful. You are welcome to it. Continue on, my bro.
You sure?
Yeah, because I had the next point right here because I was talking about the transition, and then I was going to be like, so we have two subs approaching Titanic. A fun fact:
Oh,
James
continue.
Cameron did 12 dives, and in preparation for these, he actually built a model in a pool of everything so that he could map out his dives because of the time it would and resources it took to do it. He would have all of his dives mapped out beforehand and then go and do his dive.
Yes, correct. Yeah, they had the model that they did their trial runs on, and they also had a model that they made as exact as they could to do the transitions with from actual footage to their miniature footage. So what we see in the movie is a mixture of miniature versus actual footage from the ocean floor as well.
Yes. Yes. I didn't get how much of the underwater footage is actual footage of Titanic, but I believe most all of it is.
A lot of it is, the stuff where they're moving things around is the soundstage. They didn't disrupt um, the Titanic at all while doing it. So, like, when they're lifting stuff around and moving the things off the piano or, to clear the safe out, that's all
Staged.
staged, but
But while we're searching the Titanic, we get two men talking about giving us a little bit of history on Titanic that she sank at 2:30 a.m. April 15th, 1912. We also learned that they are on their sixth dive and they are taking us through the ship and it's pretty epic to see this real footage of an actual boat that sank.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know if it hits the same after because we growing up, I always knew of Titanic, and Titanic wasn't necessarily a huge deal
yeah.
until this movie came out, but it was still something historically that we talked about, and I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there were still survivors alive,
Yeah, I
and
get that.
I think that after the survivors of Titanic passed away, so too did the memory of the ship and that tragic night,
Yeah,
which kind of sad, but that's I mean that's history.
yeah, that is history. But this movie does a good job of pre. I saw in one of the interviews at some point that they had to make the perfect commercial for Titanic while doing this movie.
Okay,
Like build up the ship. You had to believe this ship was amazing. You had to fall in love with this ship. Uh, you had to uh, like just fall in love with whatever with what this ship represented to kind of buy into this movie the way it is. And I think they did a good job of building out the ship, showing what the ship is, and doing that.
yeah, absolutely, I agree. Fun fact: there were four survivors of Titanic that actually watched the movie.
Really,
Yes,
that is a fun fact. Do you know their thoughts on it?
find out really quick. Okay, so it's hard to give an exact number. I thought I had read two, but Eleanor Johnson Schumann was a toddler at the time of on Titanic and saw the movie and said it was so realistic it was difficult to watch.
Okay.
Um, and then Michael Navratil, one of the quote unquote Titanic boys, I guess. I don't know what that is. He was also present at the screenings and found the film to be deeply moving. But many of the survivors who were still alive found the event to be too traumatizing and refused to go see it.
I get that.
Yeah, Eleanor Schumann is one of the ones that actually saw the movie and gave the most and providing one of the most one of the most documented accounts.
Okay.
But yes, so Back to the movie, I suppose.
Indeed.
They're in what's funny?
The fun fact was just you paused and I jumped in.
Oh, yeah, no, that was mean.
Yeah,
It's okay, it's what we do. I'm glad you gave it back.
good.
But yeah, so they're in one of the staterooms. Spoilers, it's roses.
Yeah,
They
fun
find a
fact.
ward. What? Yes. Sorry. You were kind of aggressive with it, like I'm taking this one though.
Fun fact. Do you have a fun fact about the stateroom?
Go ahead. It's all you.
But do you have one?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So when the stateroom that Rose stays in is the one that J.P. Morgan had booked on the Titanic, but for whatever but he ended up not being on the ship. And there was no record of who picked it up after the fact, so they used that one as the one for Rose to be kind of like, well, it's not historically contradictory for her to be in this room, for them to be in these rooms.
Oh, yeah, that's I didn't know that. That's
So
good.
yeah,
That is good stuff. But we're in her room
we are.
and they find her wardrobe and they flip it over and bust it open and they find something. And we get kind of a jarring cut to them on deck of their boat.
Yeah. Yeah, I could yeah.
It's
Just like
sudden
they're,
there.
"Oh, we found the thing," and they're back up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's a 3-hour movie. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
they
let's not
gotta
waste
they gotta
time
get us
getting
going
back.
some yeah. They can't be underwater the whole time.
Fun fact, James Cameron originally had this as a 5-hour like mini series and had to cut it down to a 3-hour and 15-minute movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of footage left.
Yeah. I might like to actually I hope maybe they'll release it all together.
Maybe. Maybe after he's done with, the Avatar series. He's got 2 more movies to go on that one.
It's not Star Wars.
No.
But we get the safe on deck and we bust it open. And the heart of the ocean, the jewel that they're looking for, is it's
Not
not
there.
in there. And one of his partners is ever helpful and supportive
Lewis.
and comes in and says, you know, this happened to Geraldo and his career never recovered.
He's like, "Thanks, Lewis.
Yeah, appreciate
You
that
jerk."
one.
Yeah.
They do find yeah, so Bill Paxton is he's a guy. Yeah,
You they're televising a lot of this. It's big news that they're looking for this diamond.
right. Yes.
And they're like, "Look, we got all this good stuff."
Yeah.
We're just
What's his name though?
Bill Paxton?
Yeah.
Oh, his character's name.
There you go. That's what I forgot.
I don't know, we don't see him that often.
Brock.
That's his name?
Yeah. Brock something.
Lesnar?
No, not Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
That's a wrestler.
Brock Lovett.
That's actually close.
Closer than I thought it was gonna be.
But anyway, yeah, he's complaining, and then his buddy walks in and he goes, "Hey, you're gonna want to see this." And we find a drawing of a lady wearing the infamous necklace,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
famous necklace.
he's I don't know who he's on the phone with, but he's promising them that they're close. They've got other places to look for the gem. Probably whoever's bankrolling this adventure
Probably.
is who he's talking to. But yeah, he sees the picture kind of getting cleaned off in one of those trays. And he's like, "Wait a minute,
Yep.
there."
And then we cut to an old lady making pottery,
Yes,
and
yes, we
they're
do.
watching the news because this is all on the news right now, lively televised.
Yes, because it's a big story.
And then Rose, we find out this is Rose, and
Nana Rose.
Nana Rose, yes, and she sees it, and she says a line that I'm not going to repeat,
Ah, yes.
but I bring it up because that is what they have that in there, and each of the characters I think says it at one point because that is what I forget the explorer's name or the historian's name. The first person who actually discovered the Titanic wreckage. That's what he said the moment he saw it.
Oh, cool.
That's why that quote's in the movie is because that's what was said when the Titanic wreckage was first discovered.
That's a good homage.
Yeah, kind of.
A cursing homage.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, yeah, she hears Titanic on the news, kind of wanders out from her pottery and sees this little interview, and then sees the picture. Of her spoilers. We've stopped doing spoiler warnings, but we are going to spoil this movie.
Oceanographer Robert Ballard, when he first located Titanic, said that. I just wanted to, um,
Oh, okay.
in, wow. Okay. So, fun fact, the Titanic wreckage was only first found in 1985.
Yeah,
That's why it was so popular at the time.
because it was newer.
Yeah,
Um,
we had just found it after, wow, it had just been discovered. Yeah,
After what is that?
70
60
years.
years? 70 years? Yeah.
Yeah, 1985. And so, yeah, there were a lot of interest in Titanic. Anyway, we're back to Brock, and he has a
Yes.
phone call, and he's like,
Yes.
I don't care. And they're like, no, you're probably going to want to take this.
Yeah, they're getting ready for another dive. He's got the subs up in the air ready to go in the water. They're like,
Yep.
"No, trust me."
And so he's on the phone with Nana Rose, and she's like, I know who that picture is of. And he's like, okay, who? And she's like, it's me. So she
Yeah.
knows, if anyone knows what happened to the heart of the ocean, it's going to be this lady.
Yeah, and she drops the name of the diamond too. She's like, "Have you found the heart of the ocean yet?" She's like, "What? You're gonna be my new best friend."
Yeah. Well, that was the first thing because he's like, oh, probably some crazy lady. And then she's like, have you found the heart of the ocean yet? And he goes, you have my attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who,
Lady, I
who,
am listening.
do you know who's in the picture? Yes, I do. It's me.
Yep.
And they fly her out.
Immediately. Fun fact. Do you have a fun fact about this?
I do not have a fun fact about this. I'll let you give
You,
it.
s- she lands and she has a Pomeranian.
A dog
A dog. The
that we
reason
never
she
see
has
again.
no, but the reason she has a dog is because 4 out of the 7 dogs on board, I think it was 7, might have been 5. 4 dogs were rescued off of Titanic because they were little yippy dogs like that, and they were smuggled under coats by the
Oh, okay,
rich. So, so that little Pomeranian serves as a nod to the dogs that were rescued.
okay.
But yeah, she shows up in a helicopter
With her granddaughter.
with her granddaughter, and she it looks like she's moving in because
Yeah,
she
yeah.
sets up her stateroom.
It's like she's going on the Titanic all over again with all that luggage.
Yeah, yeah, no, she's definitely planning for something.
Yeah, she's got all her pictures, all her effects, all her trinkets.
Yep,
She travels with everything.
right. Yeah, she does. And so after she gets settled in, we see her going through the stuff that they had found from her stateroom.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
she
and just before she gets there, Lewis, the guy that his buddy
is
was
that
like, "Look,
Bodine?
yeah,
Okay,
the guy with the
just want
big
to make
beard,
yeah.
the guy with the big beard who made the Geraldo comment. He fun fact, he's wearing a Watchman shirt, big smiley face with the shot
Hmm.
in it.
Yep,
But he's like, look, sh- sh- she's lying. She would have to be what? He's like 100.
101 next month.
Yep. He's like, fine. She's a very old liar. But I looked her up. She was an actress in the 20s. I followed her all the way back to then. She used to be known as Rachel Dawson,
Rose.
Rose Dawson. Did I say that? Anyway, um, so he's skeptical,
Yeah,
and now she's looking at all the stuff.
right, right. And then we get to yeah. So she starts going down memory lane, and then we go to Lewis, I guess,
Yep.
and he's walking her through the computer generated example of how the Titanic sank. Which, fun fact, do you have a fun fact?
Uh, might go ahead with yours.
It was only recently discovered that Titanic actually broke up into 3 sections, not 2. So the sinking of Titanic during this movie is historically inaccurate.
That's a less fun fact.
It was only very recently discovered,
Yeah.
within the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah, there was
But
like a middle part or something.
yeah. But he gives a very callous description of how it happened, and Rose is like, well, that was very fun.
Yeah, fun fact about this
Yes.
whole scene. It's the there was basically they show the end of the movie right here. I mean, and that's part of saying before that they had to make people fall in love with Titanic during this movie because you're going into a movie where you know the end of the movie. Like, okay,
Right.
the ship sinks. That's the big thing. Okay, you've got to go in to love this thing to have that impact at the end, and then they show you right here kind of what the ship going down is going to look like. So they have to spend the next 2 hours building up this ship to make that inevitability seem so far away. Like that can't happen, right? Can it? How does that happen?
Right.
So
To where you almost don't you're almost just as shocked as the passengers when it does happen.
right, right. I mean, you're watching it again, like maybe it won't happen this time. Nope, nope. There it goes.
Yep. Anyway, Rose mentions that the actual experience was quite a bit differently, and Brock is like, "Well, will you share that?" And she's like, "It's been 84 years." And he's like, "Look, lady, can you just I flew you out here. Can you please tell us?" And she's kind of like, "It's funny. I did I totally forgot about how they did that." But she's like, "It's been 84 years" is like the start of her story, and she's like, "If you want to hear the story, don't interrupt." And it's like, "Oh,
Right, right. He's just like, just tell us anything. I know it's been a while, but anything you can tell us. Like, no, no, this is a story I'm telling you. This is how it starts. Listen.
yeah, it's kind of funny. I liked it."
Yeah. They're
And we
like,
get
oh,
an
okay, this is the start. And she says it again.
yeah. And now that's been memed so much.
It's been 84 years. It has.
Just exhausted. It's been 84, yeah. But we get a nice transition from modern Titanic into the past.
We
We see
do. And
Titanic come to life.
and they did incredible with this movie all I mean together, but they built half the ship.
Yes.
Fun facts. We're going into the past. We're looking at the ship and the whole shipyard. Do you want to dig into that a little bit?
Go for it.
Do you have a lot of fun facts about this?
I do not have a lot of fun facts. I have some.
Okay, so they
But
they built half the ship, and not like the full half of the ship, but they built a good chunk of the ship. There's a couple sections they cut out, so when they film it, they can look like the whole thing. But they built most of a Titanic replica, basically.
is but
Yes.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I say, but they only built one half of it.
Yes. And they built the wrong half for where the dock would be.
Yes.
So was that one of your fun facts?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Continue to how they
Um
reconciled it.
so for a lot of the scenes where they showed the big shots, they would flip it. So during the filming, Kate Winslet was complaining, not complaining, but it's like it was really confusing because some shots Billy Zane would be on my left, and then some shots he'd be on my right, even though we were just on the other side because of where they were going in the shot, because they had to flip a lot of the footage from one side to the other to make it look right, historically accurate. So, and she was tickled by the all the words on the cars and the buildings that were backwards.
Right. Yeah, they said what it cost them to do it like that almost as much as it would have to just build the other side of the ship.
Yeah, yeah, they thought they'd be saving money when they figured that out because they started building it, and then they got to the point where, like, they realized, oh, it should have been the other way, or, um,
Right.
but
Well, because they wanted to have the backside open
yes,
so that they could do all the interior shots.
exactly, and
And
they wanted that one side so they could film the
exterior
uh, yeah,
and get a bunch of yeah, no, it was almost a perfect execution.
yes, but I mean, but they did it flawlessly. You can't tell
No.
that
This
footage was
was
flipped, or
this felt like this was James Cameron's baby
it was.
because fun fact, James Cameron was absolutely obsessed with Titanic.
Yes, from the moment they found it, I mean,
Yeah.
that's when he started, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. We are back in 1912, 1915, excuse me. No, 1912. April 15th is when it sank. 1912. Got
What?
it.
Yeah, the way you said that, like, was that? No, no, yeah, it's the 15th. It's no,
We are
we're
back
not.
in
Oh,
1912.
we're in 1912.
Yes. We are on Titanic launch day. Rose arrives with her family, and we hear just kind of chatter. There's a bunch of chaos, bunch of crowds. Everyone's getting ready, getting on the boat. Upper class is there.
Yep.
And we hear a guy say, talking about Titanic, and says that God himself could not sink her, which is a line that is famously attributed to the captain of Titanic. However, it's been stated that that was actually never said.
Yeah, yeah. I can't see a ship captain testing fate by saying something like that.
Yeah, that would be highly irresponsible.
That storm's not gonna sink the ship. Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Forrest Gump, though, you will not sink this ship, and he didn't.
true, very true.
Anyway, but that's just a movie.
So is this.
This is not just a movie, my friend.
No, it is not. No, it is not just a movie.
But we
Uh,
cut to Leo playing cards. Well, his name is Jack in this movie.
it is. Before we skip over to that way, I was just gonna say that with Rose and the entire clan of them showing up, we see that they have like 50 to 60 trunks
Yes.
within these like 6 cars that pulled up that all need to get onto the staterooms. So they're what I can never remember his name.
But you already, at this time, you already get a little bit of a sense that she's not much of a fan of being rich,
Right.
or not so much. I'm sure she likes the money just fine.
Yeah. Lovejoy, the
Lovejoy, right?
Billy Zane's assistant,
Yes, but we also,
Cal's
um,
assistant.
yes, Cal's assistant. But yeah, like I was saying, you can see that she is not so much into the politics of it, the show of it, if you will, of being
Right.
rich. This was back in a time when that's not like rich people of today, where they can just be whatever they want to be. And I have a lot of money, I can do whatever I want. There was very much a class was very important, and how you carried yourself as a rich
Right.
person.
Right. And even the male and female divide in the rich class. Rose wasn't
Hmm.
free to really do what she wanted. She was a pawn to help her family get more status, basically.
Right. Yeah. No,
And
very much. And that was, yeah. But you can tell she's like, I don't like this.
right. And we
And then
also
we
get
cut
that big shot of her getting out of the car with the big hat.
in a big close up,
Yep.
and then we cut to Jack playing cards.
Yes, where we meet the luckiest man alive,
Who's
Sven.
the luckiest? Oh, right. Sven's about to get Sven's about to get punched in the face.
Yes, but in a couple days he'll be very happy.
Yes, because he bets his Titanic tickets.
His and his
And
friend Olaf,
Olaf's, yes. And Jack pulls a full house, and him and his friend win. He wins, and that means him and his friend
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio are going to America.
Jack gets to go home.
Jack gets to go home, and Fabrizio gets to start a new life.
Yep. He's not going to see his mom for a while,
Yep.
is what Jack says.
And the bartender comes over and says, "No, the Titanic's leaving leaving for America, and it goes in 5 minutes, whether you're there or not." They're like, "Oh," and they run. But I like this part because you get the, what is it? Olaf stands up and grabs Jack
Yeah.
and swings, but turns and hits his buddy Sven.
Yeah. it's it's Sven and Olaf, like Frozen.
Yes, it is. Could you imagine them watching the news 3 days later? Hey, wasn't that the boat we were on?
Watching the news.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's
Watching the news in newspaper form.
yeah. Like, sorry I punched you, buddy. You saved us.
Yeah,
You think our friend Kristoff is okay?
that's not very nice.
No, it's not. Cut that out.
No. So we get the big send off of Titanic.
We do. One
Go
thing
ahead.
I liked, I mean, a lot of things I liked, but I mean, this movie's all about the attention to detail. As they're doing the panning shots, you can see like the customs guys or uh, the people from the Titanic checking the lower level people that are getting in the lower class tickets getting checked for like lice and fleas or whatnot. They've got just all the different checks and balances. You see people. No one's just standing around. Everybody's doing something to get everybody on this ship.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, that's part of what made this movie so great was that attention.
Yes, and that's why it costs so much too.
Yes.
But they're hustling. They're trying to get on Titanic before it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, they're gonna check him for lice, and Jack's like, "We don't have lice. We're American.
Both of us.
Both of us." And Fabrizio just kind of smiles. And he's like, "You're right. Get on." Like, oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
worked.
and they're excited to be there.
They are. Anyway, so we see everyone on board of the ship as it's getting ready to take off. We see Jack up there, and I don't know if
Fabrizio?
it's a Fabricio. Yeah, I don't know if it's a fun fact, but they would not have been allowed on the same deck as first class.
No.
There were security guards, and there was everything in place to make sure that third class stayed with third class. They had their own deck that they could go to,
Yeah,
and they wanted to. They very much kept the classes separate.
they did.
Fun fact, and unfortunately, I did not write down her name. There was a woman on board who did sneak from third class to first class and did not get caught.
Really?
Yes,
Good
I
job.
had I had her name before. I didn't write it down because I was like, I'll be able to pull that back up, and I don't know where it is now.
Good job. I mean, but we
Yes,
do see them on the third class deck at some point too.
we do, yes. But yeah, they would not have been allowed to freely intermingle with first class.
No, and I think they do try and keep them separate. I mean, they talk about it uh, when they're down on their third class deck. They look up there like, "Hey, there's the first class deck," and then the. Um, I mean, I think I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Not much, but
No,
but
not too much.
they're on the deck waving goodbye to people. Fabrizio's like, "Who do you know somebody down there?" Like, "No, no, just wave." Like, "Okay, bye."
Yep, that's what you do.
Yep, bye Europe.
But yeah, so they're yeah, so Titanic leaves Southampton, England in on April 10th, 2012, 1912.
1912.
Yep. We meet the unsinkable Molly Brown, played by the great Kathy Bates.
Yes, we do.
We find out that she is new money, which means
Yes.
she started off poor and then her husband made some good investments and they got wealthy.
Yep.
And so she's not well versed in how to be rich.
No, no, she's very American about it too.
Yeah. But she has money and that means they tolerate her.
Exactly.
Which I don't think they could have cast her any better than Kathy Bates.
No, no, I don't think so either. Uh, yeah, no, she's perfect to for this role.
Yeah, she very much is. But then we get
Margaret
some.
Brown,
Yep,
they called her Molly, and she would go on to be called the unsinkable Molly Brown.
she would. But we eventually get to the point where Titanic leaves Ireland. It made 4 stops to pick up people before settling, setting sail for New York. But we get the call from captain to go full speed ahead, and so we cut down to the engine room to see how that actually happens. Which I like that they showed us that like there's boiler rooms. It is men shoveling coal into a fire to get this
Yeah,
thing powered.
yeah. Fun fact:
Go ahead.
the boiler rooms, they only built 2.5 boilers
Yeah.
for the sets, and then they put the mirror behind it to give that effect of a much longer hallway.
Yes, they did. Thank you for taking that because I only
You're
had
welcome.
half of that fact.
And they also, for the engine rooms, there was a ship that had very similar styles of engines to the Titanic, except they were 1/3 the size because the ship was smaller.
Yes.
So what they did is built catwalks, lights, and everything at scale. The that third scale to match um, those engine parts and fill back plates uh, for a lot of their stuff on that ship of the
Hmm.
engines running and going, as opposed to building actual miniatures for the whole thing. They were able to build in just parts of it and film an actual ship.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And then I did gloss over something a little earlier when the rich people were settling in. We see Rose had purchased a bunch of art from France that they were bringing back over, and she loved it. And her
Cal
fiance Cal thinks that
Palace,
Mr. Picasso was never going to amount to anything,
correct. Yes, he is not
and doesn't.
impressed with Picasso's work.
No, not at all. Anyway, we get a lot of boat shots, and then we get Jack doing his famous "I'm king of the world."
Yep, him and Fabricio make it to the front of the ship. They watch the dolphins, and Fabricio can see the Statue of Liberty off in America,
Oh yeah, he can
beckoning them
already
in.
see it.
Yep, I can already see it. It's very tiny, but it's there.
To more to the point of like of what you said on how well James Cameron is doing throughout this movie of because you can't just tell us how epic it was and what a privilege it was to consider to be able to even set foot on Titanic. He's bringing us into the characters and what it must have been like for two third class people who had absolutely no money to be on this massive ship on her maiden voyage,
Yeah,
sailing on a boat that had never, it was bigger than life, had never been done before, like a completely new, and just how epic that must be
yeah,
in that time. Things that we take for granted, especially living on water. I mean, we don't live on water, but we live on the coast.
yeah.
So our access to oceans and whatnot is pretty easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These shots too are some of these big composite shots, where they so when they're building this the model, not the model, but the 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 ship that they were using, they left. James Cameron had them leave one of the cranes that was there for building the thing, and they slapped a camera to it and were able to get a lot of these big sweeping helicopter shots with it without actually getting a helicopter. They just attached to the crane and panned around the boat. And these shots of the boat are composite with CGI to kind of fill in the back half or the missing parts of the boat, as well as all the people on deck are motion captured people that they had filmed in separately and then added in and filmed in separately and added in to just kind of put all these layers into it. I mean, the clouds, the wisps of smoke, the birds, everything added to these shots that made Titanic come to life.
Yeah. And that was a great way to do it instead of buying a helicopter using the crane.
Yeah.
But now we cut to the rich people having lunch. We find out that Rose has a pretty sharp tongue,
Yes. Yes, we
and
do.
she's got a bit of an attitude. She's also 16.
Yeah.
So that does make a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
And then we really get to see Kathy Bates is just great here.
She
She
is.
is just in character and she's just having fun with it.
She
You wonder how much free reign she had to just kind of course, James Cameron's not big into improv or
No,
or
he's
living.
not.
No, so she probably, yeah, those are probably her lines.
But I mean, they've got Kathy Bates written all over them. I mean, she embodied
Yeah,
that character.
right. And I mean, he's not, even though he's not a big fan of ad libbing, he did allow for some in this movie.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta tweak something here or there for the character, say something a little bit different.
Or there were certain flubs that happened that got to stay in the movie because he liked it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we cut to Jack drawing and talking with the Irish folks.
Yep. This is where we
And
meet Tommy.
yep, Tommy's a fun guy.
He is.
And then Rose comes out, and then Cal comes out to talk to her. She's very cold with him and leaves. Rose is smitten. Jack is smitten.
Yeah, Jack is smitten. He looks up at her. He's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, and she notices him staring.
Yeah. And Tommy's like, "Dude, no."
Yeah, Tommy's like, that's gonna be a bad idea.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
right. No.
He is right.
We get no, old Rose narrating her distaste of the rich life.
Yeah.
There's we see young Rose at some fancy rich party and she's just sitting there and she's over it. So she decides she's going to go jump off the back of the boat.
Yeah, yeah, she's had it at that point.
Yep.
She does not like being a pawn.
Yep. And Jack notices her and he's like, "Hey, I hope you don't do that." And she's not very nice to him either. And he tells her a story. Fun fact about the story. Do you have a fun fact about this story?
I do not have a fun fact about the story.
So Jack tells her that he grew up just on Lake Wissota.
In Wichita.
How, yes. However, Lake Wissota is a man-made structure that didn't exist until 1917.
Interesting.
So this was 5 years before Lake Wissota was even there.
Well, then Jack's a liar.
Jack is a liar, and he got what he doesn't know. But he talks her down,
Yeah, yeah.
almost.
She's well, I Jack doesn't think she's really gonna do it. He's like, "Hey, you would have done it already." So I'm just gonna come over here. I'm invested now. I'm taking my boots off because I gotta jump in after you. I don't want to because it'll be awful, but I'll do it.
Yep, you jump, I jump. I'm invested now. I've already.
Taking my boots off. I can't.
Yeah. I can't just put them back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, she changes her mind. She slips. She's screaming. He pulls her back over. Two workers overhear the ruckus.
Yep. And the
Get the wrong
optics don't look good.
get the wrong idea, and they cuff Jack.
Yeah. They think he's robbing her.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's in handcuffs. All the rich come up, and they're like, Rose lets it go for a long time.
Yeah. Although I don't think they were listening to her. They were waiting for Cal to show up.
Fair, yeah. But eventually the story gets straightened out on what happened. It turns out Jack was not attacking her, he was saving her. And Cal's like, well, I should give you $10 for this.
Yeah.
$20, something like that. A lot
It's
of
like,
money.
here's some money.
And Rose is like, oh, is that all your fiance is worth? And Cal's like, you're right. Jack, why don't you join us for dinner tomorrow night?
He's like, awesome.
Yep, yep. And Lovejoy stays behind and he goes, oh, good thing you being there. It all happened so fast. Impressive how you still had time to take off your shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Lovejoy's piecing things together.
Lovejoy is piecing things together, but they keep quiet for Rose's sake, I think.
Yes.
And then Jack asks to bum a cigarette.
Yes. And he bums too.
He does. He takes
Very
one for now.
smoothly.
Yeah, an opportunist.
Yep.
In Rose's room now. Cal's trying to sweet talk his fiance.
I
And
was
this
gonna
is where
say something we glossed over. Yeah, we'll touch on it in a minute.
he sweet
Back to
talks her a little bit. He
yeah.
gives her the heart of the ocean. This is where that comes up. He tells her that he loves her, I think. Don't say. And she is not having it. She is not interested in this man in the slightest bit.
I think he tells her that she should love him.
That does sound more right. Anyway, we're at the next day.
Yeah. Um, one
But
thing we glossed over
okie dokie.
the previous day at the dinner with not the I guess it'd be the lunch with Molly Brown and um, everybody there. They were talking about Titanic and how big the ship is, what it took to build, all this kind of the specs with because they were having the meal with a lot of the big up to dos, Mr. Ishmael and the guys that had the idea for the ship, the architect of the ship, um, and so on.
Yeah.
But now it's the next day.
Yes. It is the next day, and Jack and Rose are talking.
Yes, he has been invited up to the first class deck,
Yes, he has.
and Jack and Rose are on a little walk.
Yep, and he's just letting her talk. And then he rattles her because he asks if she loves Cal. And she's like, "That's not appropriate." And he goes, "Simple question, lady."
He's your
And she's,
fiance, right?
"That's none of your business." And he's like, "Still, simple question, yes or no." And she's like, "Oh, you're infuriating." And he's like, "Uh-huh, yeah, sure, okay." And she starts to walk, and then she starts to walk away. She's like, "No, no, no, this is my part of the deck. You leave." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm not leaving."
Yeah, yeah. It's like, thank you for saving me. Have a good day. Get out.
Yep.
This is inappropriate.
And then she steals his sketchbook.
Yeah, it's like, what is this stupid thing? It's like, oh,
And actually, I kind of like the scene because she's first of all she's impressed with his drawing,
yes,
which
she does
it's
like
not
art.
bad. And she asks if these are from his mind or if they're actual real life people. And he starts telling stories about the people in the pictures.
Yep.
And then we cut to the rich ladies doing. What?
You don't want to tell any stories?
I don't want to tell the stories.
Okay.
Watch the movie. Then we cut to the rich ladies. They see Molly coming, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna ditch this lady."
Except they don't move fast enough.
Well, they're
Well,
just they try to just feed her a line, and she's like, "That sounds great. I'll join y'all." Uh,
yeah, they're like, oh, she's coming to eat. Well, we'll take off. Like, nope, nope, I'm going with you.
yep. Then we cut to Ismay, who is telling the captain or encouraging the captain to push Titanic as fast as she'll go to make headlines by arriving in America a day early.
Yes, yes, and
And Captain Edwards is going against his better judgment here because he's like, I don't think we should do that. But Ismay wants to make headlines.
Captain Smith.
Edwards, right?
Smith.
Edward Smith.
It might be Edward Smith.
Anyway, I do like the fact that they had a lot of real life characters in this.
Edward
Okay.
Smith.
All I
Sorry, I
have
thought
is Cap Ed.
okay. But you were saying Edwards, right?
Captain Edward Smith. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Edward
did say
Smith.
Edwards.
Okay, yes.
Oh.
Um, but yeah,
Oh,
no, they
Ed S. Edward Smith, not Ed Edwards. Got it. Sorry,
fantastic.
my shorthand is a little. I haven't perfected it yet.
But yeah, no, they did their research and grabbed I mean, the important people that were on the boat, that they felt would be good for the story.
Right.
Um, like Thomas Andrews, the architect, was on there. Bruce Ismay. Um,
Fun fact:
fun fact.
Jonathan Hyde, who plays Bruce Ismay,
Yeah.
um, on the first day of filming, he decided that Bruce Ismay was a big eater, so that's why you always see him around food.
Ismay's gonna be eating all the time. Ow,
He's a big eater. That guy
yeah.
liked to eat. And I was like, okay, that's a choice he made.
Bring the food.
But yeah,
But with those guys, I mean, Molly Brown, the captain, I mean, they did what they could.
yeah. And I think you got to pick and choose who's on there that you can still have be relevant to the story that you're telling. But anyway,
Right. Well, I believe like the first officers and the officers were the actual named of the people the officers on the ship. So
yeah. But we cut to Jack and Rose, and they're talking about his life now,
yep.
and they're talking about going to. He's talking about going to California, all the stuff that he wants to do, all the stuff that he wants to show her how to do.
Yeah.
Going to California, riding horses, not that side saddle stuff.
Yep. Ride
You
like a
know,
man.
actually ride like a man. Yeah, is how he put it. And then he teaches Rose to spit,
Yep.
and of
Yep.
course they get caught.
They do.
And I always loved this part was hysterical because Rose introduces Jack to her mom, and Molly's like, "Hey, you got a little
Yeah.
spit on your chin still." And he's like, "Oh," but like Molly's just eating it up. She's loving it.
Oh yeah.
That,
She's loving it, and the way that Rose describes how um, her mother looked at Jack like a dangerous bug that needed to be squashed.
yeah,
She's
very
like,
descriptive.
yeah, she picked up on what was going on right quick.
Yes, yeah, she's the observer. That mom.
Yep.
But yes, so they need to get ready for dinner, and Molly stays back, and she's like, "Hey, Romeo," which is great.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be wearing to this shindig? And he's like, well, you're looking at it. She's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Come with me. I got a son about your age. Which, fun fact, Molly Brown had a son that was about Jack's age at the
Yes.
time of
Yes.
Titanic.
And fun fact. So while they were getting the movie going and everything, James Cameron was doing a bunch of research on the ship and was asking ship historians if there was like a shop on the ship or something because they needed to get Jack a suit at some point. And then somebody floated the idea of, well, what if Molly kind of takes him under her wing, being fellow Americans and so on, and then she's got the son about his age, and use that as opposed to uh, him trying to get something on the ship itself. It's her kind of like that part of it. It's like, ah, fantastic idea.
Yep.
Because cruise liners and stuff have stores and things on them now, and he's like, well, did Titanic have that?
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
But yeah, so they get Jack ready for dinner.
Yep,
And Molly's like, you clean up real good.
like a new penny.
Yep. And now we're at dinner time. And it was
Fun
great
fact.
that they seated Jack next to Molly. That I like that they did that. Go with
Yes.
your fun fact.
Fun fact. This I mean, for this movie, they built a lot of sets, a lot of miniatures, a lot of things. They built a scale. They built the dining room from Titanic to scale, uh, as it was on the ship. Um, so that dining room they're filming in is the same size. It's on a platform because eventually they'll have to tilt it and show it going down. Um,
Right.
but the flooring in there, the company that built built the floor, the company that made the carpeting for Titanic was still in business, and they had the plans and prints for it still, and they rewove that fabric or that carpeting specifically for the movie. They tracked down the cutlery. They went through painstaking um, the,
Effort.
to effort to make this as close as they could. The exact dishes, the right pattern on the silverware, the amount of tables, all of it, the replica of what was on Titanic.
Wow. Would have been really unfortunate if this movie flopped.
Yeah, yeah, it would have.
Because that's the amount of yeah, you can that's another thing about projects of love though, which is what this was for James Cameron. Sure, he had a $200 million budget with it, but it was something he was obsessed with
Yeah,
and extremely
yeah, and
passionate
that
about, and that comes through. And that's part of what made the movie so great, I think.
right. You can tell there's the passion, there's um, the love behind it.
Yeah. But we get a great scene in the dining room of Jack sitting down and being like, I have 6 eating utensils." And Molly leans over and he goes, "Start from the outside and work your way in." Got it.
which which is something that I've used in my life ever since seeing this movie. Outside working in, got it. Thanks, Molly.
Yep. Yep. No, that's sound advice right there. Just yeah, nuts. Um, but we see Jack. He's like he's being very observant. He's trying to mimic what other people are doing to fit in.
Yep. Oh, we glossed over this briefly that he
I
was he was
Go ahead.
waiting for them outside the grand staircase.
Yes, this is where I am in my notes.
Okay.
But I wrote dinner time, so I skipped ahead. But yes,
Cal doesn't even
he
recognize him.
no, no, walks right by him, and then Cal walks with who does he walk with? Mother,
Rose's mom
and then Jack walks with Rose, which
and
okay,
Molly.
and Molly, yeah. But then we get this is where Rose, oh yeah, he tries to be overly charming, and then Rose starts pointing out people and giving him the who's who and the what's what
Yep.
to
Give
try
the
to get him up to
breakdown of
speed
all
as
the
much as
snooty people.
possible. Yep. And then we cut to dinner, and dinner's a lot of fun. And they're taking this is where we get the Molly Brown being like, start on the outside, work your way in. But everyone is just kind of taking jabs at Jack.
Yeah.
Subtle. I mean, they're being subtle about it. Like thinly veiled insults and things like that. And he's holding his own pretty good.
Yeah, his charisma seems to be winning a few of them over.
Yeah.
Definitely not Cal.
No, no. But some of the people are like, you know what? If you weren't a peasant, we might actually like you.
Yeah, yeah,
That kind of thing. Like, oh
yeah.
man, if only you had money, you'd fit in great.
Yeah, yeah. Because he mentions that, the night before he was sleeping under a bridge, and now he's on first class deck of Titanic having dinner with everybody. It's
Yeah, and he's very complimentary of them and acts as though he holds them in very high esteem.
yeah,
And I think they appreciate that respect he's giving them.
yeah,
And so they're like, "Oh, well maybe you're not so bad after all."
yeah.
And then they invite him to the smoking room for cigars and politics.
Which is a ringing endorsement. It's like, "You know what? You earned our respect. Come join us for cigars and politic talk."
Yeah,
And
and he
he's like,
declines.
"Yeah." He's like,
"Thank you,
"I
but
need to get back to my accommodations."
yeah." And Cal's like, "Well, yeah, you probably wouldn't be interested in politics anyway." And then he passes Rose a note.
Yep. Being all
Says to
sly
meet
about it.
It says to meet him at 9 for a real party. To which she accommodates. She's like, "Yeah, I'll go to a real party.
Yeah, I like to party.
I like to party. Parties are fun. It's got to be better than the rich people party."
Yeah, I'm just gonna listen to my mom and her friends try and make fun of Molly Brown and then her slap him down.
Yeah. So she meets him at the clock at 9 o'clock, and she takes him into his world.
Well, he takes her.
He takes her.
Yes.
I say he takes him.
You said she takes him.
Uh, she takes him into his. Nope. He takes her into his world,
Yes, they
and
go down to third class.
it looks like a hoot.
Yes, it looks fun. Not
It
snooty at
does.
all. There's music, there's drinking, there's merriment.
There's dancing.
Yes.
She gets bumped into a little bit. Like all kinds of stuff happens.
Yep.
And we cut just to kind of go back to the rich. Like we cut to the smoking room and the politics talk, and it's just like, oh, they mentioned J.P. Morgan, don't they? Who's not on the boat?
Yeah. Yeah, they mentioned that he was delayed.
Yep. And then we cut back to the party. There's some arm wrestling. There's some cheap beer,
Yep.
and Rose kind of shows Jack that she's not all prim and proper. That she has a side to her that could very well fit in there.
Yep, she
And
can
then
drink, and then she shows her strength by standing on her toes.
she stands on her big toes,
Yep.
and it impresses the gentleman.
Yeah, because they can't do that.
Right. But we cut and yeah, but then we see that Lovejoy has snuck down there, followed Rose down there, and is spying.
Yep.
And then we cut to a big fancy breakfast the next day. Well, not a big fancy breakfast. Cal and Rose are sitting down to a fancy little breakfast. And Cal's like, "Oh, I know all about your partying last night." And she's like, "Stick it up your keister, meester."
She's like, I wasn't being secretive about it. It just,
Wasn't trying to hide anything. Yeah, I went and observed, and he's like, "Yeah, you're never gonna do that again." And she's like, "Bite me." And and so he flips a table.
yeah, yeah. He does not like he does not like to be told bite me.
She doesn't actually say that, but I
No,
felt
she
it.
doesn't.
It
But
fit.
I mean, that's basically what she says.
Yeah, because she's mocking him and laughing at him. It's like, you're not gonna tell me
Yeah,
what to do.
and then he flips the table and tells her what to do.
Fun fact:
Okay.
a lot of people. There was a rumor going around for a while that he improved this scene where he flips the table,
Yeah.
and he's been asked about it a few times, and he's gone on the record and said, "Absolutely not. I organized that with Kate and James because it would be wildly irresponsible and dangerous to do something like that without people knowing you're going to."
Right. But it sounds like it might have been maybe not just improv, but maybe it was his idea that he flips the table.
That is true. That it was his
It's
idea.
like he's frustrated. Let him flip the table. Let me do something.
Yeah, because
He's like, I
they
want to do
want because he want you have to get to the point where you have to gradually not like this man more and more, or you have
right.
to not like this man to the point to where you're
Right.
rooting for Jack and Rose. And if he's a decent guy,
That doesn't work.
it doesn't work as well.
No.
He can even be he can even be moderately not likable, and you're still gonna be like,
Eh,
they don't want you teetering on like, yeah, what Rose did is kind of not cool. They want you very much not like Cal, so
right.
that you are rooting for Jack and Rose. Spoilers. Yeah, but I have in my notes. Cal throws a hissy fit.
Yes. Yes. And he says some choice things about what he thinks their relationship should be.
Yeah, no, he basically spells out what her life is gonna be like.
Yeah.
And you start to see you see a different not a different side of Rose, but like one of her the help, I guess you would say, comes over, one of their servants or
Yeah.
workers comes over and like cleans up, and and Rose gets up and helps her clean up.
Yes.
And so you start to get this sense that maybe she spends time with their staff.
Yeah. She's not as she's
She's not snooty and rich. She actually sees them as people and has interacted with them on a on a peer-to-peer level, not employee or employee
yeah.
level.
And maybe that's from being at the party the night before and seeing everybody downstairs.
I think from the interaction, it seems like there's a history of that.
Yeah.
So like Rose has this just kind of people are people kind of mentality, and that's what's led to her getting up to the point that she's at, where she was gonna jump off the boat. Doesn't like the lifestyle of the rich and the famous.
Yeah.
Fits in with Jack, is intrigued by Jack, wants to see what that life is like to get a taste of what maybe her other options are. Has a good relationship with her working staff that like yeah, I think it's more than just on this ship that her attitude is like that.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, because we cut to the next scene and she's getting changed and she's talking with her staff, very casually. Before mom comes in,
Angry mom.
angry mom, and mom's like, "So, check it out. Here's what's gonna happen."
And her mom dismisses the help and starts tying her into her dress
And her, of course, corset.
herself aggressively.
Yes, aggressively, because she's angry. And she's like, "I forbid you from seeing this guy." And Rose is like, "I don't really care what you have to say." And mom's like, you forget that we're broke." And she's like, "I don't forget that we're broke. You won't stop talking about it. And I'm not going to marry this man just so you can have a bunch of fancy stuff." And then mom's like, "Well, you're being really selfish." And she's like, "What?"
You marry him.
Yeah. Yeah. "Do you want to see our stuff sold off at auction and me have to actually work at all?" And she's like, "Well, no, but money's gone, mom." Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is where we get the bomb that yeah, they're broke and she's being sold off basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now we're at church time, and they're singing their hymns.
Yep.
Jack's wandering around looking for Rose. This is where I was gonna bring up the fun fact, 'cause where he kind of sneaks up and then security takes him away. But there was actually a lady who did sneak up and she didn't
Oh,
get
okay.
caught.
That would have been a good fun fact for this part.
It would have been my apologies. But yeah, Jack
It
gets
makes say it
what? Go
makes sense
ahead.
that we can't find her.
Yeah, yeah. He's looking for Rose, and then he uh he gets invited to go back to where he belongs.
Yes.
I believe is how they put it. Thank you for saving her. We had fun talking to you last night. Now, don't forget where you should be.
Yeah,
Is kind of
that's
the
Lovejoy
gist of
coming out with some money and
that's yeah, yeah.
it's like just get rid of him.
And then we see the captain gets an iceberg warning,
Yep.
but they're still speeding up. He doesn't change course or anything.
He does not.
Then, as Jack's getting thrown out, he acquires some stuff to look like a fancy gentleman.
Fancier.
He steals a guy's coat. It's a nice coat.
It is a nice coat. Grabs a hat too.
Guy does grab a hat. You gotta grab a hat.
It's hats are important. Hats were very important back then.
Hats. A status symbol.
They were eh, they I there's a podcast I listen to called The Dollop that does a lot of stories from back in the day and read newspapers, and hats were a big thing for everybody. It's like, where's your hat? You don't have a hat? Um, hats were just important for everybody.
Yeah. But anywho, um, Rose is kind of getting a tour of the ship from Andrews, right?
Yep. Yep.
And she's like, "So I've been counting, and
Cal's like, you can
there's
do that? Sorry. Cal's a jerk.
yes, he is." And she's like, "Yeah, but there's not enough lifeboats for everybody." And Andrews is like, "That's correct.
Very good.
Very good, good for you." And she's like, "There's not enough by half." And he's like, "Also true."
You are correct. Good job, Rose.
Lucky for you, this ship is unsinkable.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, that's what Cal's like. Well, why do we need them anyway? This ship's unsinkable. We're fine.
They can't really believe that the ship's it's impossible. People did.
I mean, they did.
They did.
They didn't have enough lifeboats by half
Yeah, now it's a
because they thought
requirement.
they took up too much space on the deck.
A lot of times they have them hanging off the sides now.
They do now to to make sure there's deck space.
Right. Anyway, Jack grabs Rose and they sneak off to talk. And then Rose dumps Jack
Yeah.
because Rose is like, "No, I'm going to marry this guy to keep status for mom and yeah, do what I'm supposed to do."
Yep.
And he's like, "Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
That
You
is a
shouldn't
bad
do
idea.
that."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I don't really care what you think."
Yeah. And he's not even saying go with him. He's just saying, I want you to be happy, and this guy's not making you happy, so don't do that.
Yeah. How altruistic.
But secretly, if you don't go with him, please come with me.
But they're having stuffy tea time now. Rose leaves Jack.
Yeah.
And then we go to cut to stuffy tea time. Rose sees a little girl getting her behavior lessons,
Yep.
finds Jack at the front of the ship, and we get the most iconic scene out of this movie.
Yeah. And she shows up, she's like, I changed my mind. Like,
Yeah.
that was quick.
He's like, "You can do that?" "Yes, I can do that. What are you talking about?" I do that a lot, very quickly.
Yeah.
But yes, so he takes her up to the railing and he stands behind her and we do the whole arms spread out. "I'm flying, Jack."
Yep. Yep. He replaces Fabricio with Rose at the front of the boat.
Yep. And it's sweet.
It's sweet.
Not at all
It's sweet.
nauseating.
It's iconic. It's
It is. I mean, it's a toss up between like for most iconic parts of this movie, "I'm king of the world," this or "Iceberg, right ahead."
oh, the the awe of Titanic, the love that was formed, the downfall.
I mean, tell me I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Nope, those are the 3 big boat moments. The 3 separate acts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the You summed it up perfectly. The 3 acts, the awe-inspiring nature of Titanic, which was what the whole first act was, get you involved in the ship. Then there's a love story in the middle, and then disaster.
Yeah, yeah, no, it 3 most quoted lines in the movie.
Yep.
I lost my spot. All right, now we're transitioned back to
We go back to present day briefly.
present day. That was it. And we get Rose narrating over the top. This is I'm not sure it's meant to be as jarring or upsetting as it is, but you get Rose talking as we come back into present day, and she's like, and that was the last time the Titanic would see daylight. And we get Bodine Lewis is he pretty much sums up the situation of we got all this going on. The captain has the iceberg warning right in his stupid hand,
Yep.
and he's still pressing onward at full speed so he can make himself famous.
Yeah. I mean, he will be famous.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and then we
yeah,
use
the frustration there, knowing all the things. Uh,
yeah, seeing it's an inevitability, and knowing like, oh wait, there were signs there that could have prevented the like the frustration that that Titanic sinking could have easily been prevented by any kind of responsibility.
yeah.
It was all egos that sank the boat.
Yes. Yes.
But we
The
used the
unsinkable.
fireplace. What?
The unsinkable.
Yes. But we use the fireplace now to go back to the past into the sitting room. And oh, another highly quoted movie
Oh,
where we get to the drawing part.
draw me like one of your French girls.
That's the one where we get the setup for the drawing that we find that leads to this whole fine film.
Yes.
And
We kind of glossed over the French girls.
we did kind of gloss over the French girls. That's okay. People know. They'll watch the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, so fun fact. This was the first scene they shot.
Yes,
So
it was.
which James Cameron actually ended up liking because they were not comfortable with each other yet.
Yeah.
And so that kind of discomfort read into their acting as well.
Yeah.
So like that part where Jack fumbles his words, that was a legitimate fumble that Leonardo DiCaprio made, and James Cameron is like, that is staying in the movie because that is hilarious.
Like they are awkward and adorable. It
Yep.
stays.
And then fun fact,
Yes?
the drawings were done by James Cameron himself.
Really?
So when you see Jack drawing Rose, those are James Cameron's hands. And James Cameron is actually quite the artist, and he drew all the pictures that were Jack's.
Stupid talented jerk.
Right?
That's awesome. That's a
Yep.
good fun fact. I like the line.
And
She's lying there, like so serious because he's got the
uh,
look on his face while he's sketching.
yeah, and she's teasing him.
Yeah.
They are adorable. But then we get we get the song again. This
Yep.
time a piano version.
Well, it's their song.
Sure, it's their song. I accept this premise. Are you drinking a soda pop?
I'm drinking a Pepsi, not just any soda pop.
Is that your second soda pop of this recording session?
That's my first caffeinated soda pop. My first one was a root beer
Yeah, no, I
from
seen
last
it.
night.
Anyway, we get a great transition back to old Rose in Rose's eye.
Yes.
And Lewis is getting a little bit nosy.
Yeah.
So after that intimate moment, what happened next? And she's like, sorry to disappoint you, dude.
Yep. Nothing happened.
Yep. So we go back to the past again. They're putting the stuff in the safe, and Jack's putting the stuff in the safe while Rose is writing a note. I think she's planning to tell Cal that she's not gonna marry him.
Yeah. I think that's the plan. At least that's what the note says.
Yeah,
And it's
cause
with the picture.
yep, cause shortly after this, she tells Jack that when they port, she's getting off with him, and they're gonna run.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
She's
gonna
gonna that might be a little bit added. Spoilers. But Lovejoy can't find Rose now,
Nope. No, he cannot. He was supposed to be keeping an eye on her, and
and
he
he
lost her.
failed. Yep. Then we cut up to the wheelhouse. We find that it is a nice, quiet night. There's no wind, and they're like, that's gonna make icebergs harder to see. And the captain's like, well, good thing this ship can't sink. Ha 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 ha! I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Main- maintain speed.
Yeah. Maintain speed.
Then we cut back to Jack and Rose. Lovejoy's looking for him. Uh oh, they get caught. They run. They're having a laugh of it. Lovejoy is not having a good time, however.
He is he is not having a good time. But we get a nice little chase scene through the boat.
We do, and they're just having a laugh of it. They're like two kids playing.
Yeah, like, "Oh, he can't catch us. Ha ha ha."
Yes, but then they find themselves. They run through the engine room. They run through the boiler room. They find themselves in storage. There's a car there, so they hop in the car. And Jack's like, "Hey, if you're gonna give up everything, I'm gonna have to show you how to do taxes as a poor person." So they go over their taxes. Well, actually, it's more like Rose is like, "I'm gonna be poor. You have to show me how to do taxes."
Yeah,
Anyway,
they do their taxes.
that happens. Yes, we go back up to the people on the lookouts for the iceberg watchers, I guess, and
Yeah, yeah,
they
you had
real
that right, lookouts,
the lookouts.
not
There it
iceberg watchers.
is.
I mean, they are
And
watching for icebergs, it's just
sure,
not technical term.
and then we hear that they couldn't find their binoculars, which is true. That actually happened. The binoculars were forgotten, not brought.
Yes. Yes, it was true.
Now we're back to everyone looking for Rose. Cal
Because we
find what?
I was gonna say, and we know this because the guy in the crow's nest who was spotting, for icebergs made it off the boat.
Yep, is that he forgot his binoculars. But now we cut to everybody looking for Rose. Cal finds the note. They
Yeah, and
start
he's not
asking
happy.
around. Oh no, he's mad. He's
He's
yeah, he's an angry little elf. No. Didn't think I'd quote that movie, did you?
No, I did not. But yeah, he's perturbed.
To say the least.
Okay, he's livid. And something we haven't really touched on, we talked about Cal getting more frustrated, more angry this whole time. He's more upset that he's not in control and things aren't going his way versus actually caring about Rose.
Right.
He's like, I'm rich. Things need to go my way. So stop it.
Pretty much, that's the state of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not. You. I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. He's doesn't care about Rose and who Rose is. He is mad that things aren't going the way he's not. Yeah, he's not in control of her in the
Yes.
situation. Yeah, that's his only care. And this is where we get like they're still running around. The crew has given them tips on where Jack and Rose have been spotted. This is where Rose says when they dock, she's gonna go with Jack.
Yep.
And then this is where we get the famous line, "Iceberg right ahead." Then panic sets in, and God bless them, they sure did try, but the Titanic hits anyway.
Is that your note?
Yeah, God bless them, they
Yeah.
tried.
They crank the wheel to the port side and starboard side?
Port side, port's left.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They crank the wheel to the port side, throw the engines back in full reverse, and just
Desperate try.
yeah.
Fun fact, not a fun fact. Sad
Okay.
fact.
Sad fact?
Sad fact.
Sad fact.
If they would have hit the iceberg head on and just plowed straight through, they wouldn't have
Yeah.
sank.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sad fact.
Yeah, and the only reason they sank is because they tried to change course and ended up scraping the side of it the way they did. If they would have just plowed straight through, wouldn't have sank.
We got a little bit of a I mean, Lewis told us this at the beginning when he was showing his simulation of the wreck that the iceberg ran across the side of the hull, puncturing it through like Morse code basically. Just
Yeah,
that
and
didn't
there
pick
is
up, did it?
there it did,
Okay.
and there has never been another ship that has sank the same way.
Really?
Yes, I didn't want to say fun fact because that's not fun.
That's not a fun fact.
But yeah, up to this point in the movie, as you had said, you're rooting for Jack and Rose. You're like, man, I can't wait for this ship to dock so they can go run off and have their lives together. And this is a harsh reminder of, oh yeah, the boat sinks.
The
Up
ex
to
ex
this point, you're like, maybe the Titanic doesn't go down. Maybe history's wrong. Like,
ex exactly. They did a good job of making you think that, well, maybe it'll be okay.
yeah,
You get lost in the majesty of the boat and the story being told, and it's they did a great job with that.
they did because you're like, because you, as soon as it hits and it scrapes, and we're like, she's gonna sink. I'm devastated. Not quite as devastated as the people on board are, but like I'm right there with them.
True. True.
That wasn't supposed to be funny.
No, just the way you said, like, "I'm not as devastated as them, but,
Right? Well, it's true.
I know, but,
No,
and
I don't have to be cold in 45 minutes.
it's at this point I looked and saw we had an hour and 20 minutes left of the movie.
Yes. Fun fact, I'll drop it right now.
Okay.
If you remove the credits and all the footage shots of in this movie, the total runtime of the story being told is 2 hours and 41 minutes,
Okay.
which is the exact time that it took the Titanic to sink from impact to submersion.
Ah.
Another fun fact, I guess. I get fast and loose with the word fun here.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
But the ship goes into prevent sinking mode,
It does.
and we see that's horrifying because the engine room crew doesn't have enough time to get out,
Nope, a lot of them don't.
and they literally get trapped in a compartment that's filling up with water.
Yes, they do. They've got these big bulk doors that come down. Few people get to slip underneath them, but I mean they're not stopping for anything.
No, no, and yeah, they log the time of the hit. The captain gets awakened, and they take him back to the up to the helm to assess the situation.
The look on his face when he comes out on the deck, like, "What's going on?" It's like,
So,
"Oh,
when they made this movie, they did have to cut things out. And when the Titanic actually sank, there was a boat, the USS California, nearby, so close it was in line of sight with Titanic.
oh yeah,
They had sent out a something over I don't know what you call it over the radio that they
SOS."
were no, not an SOS. The
Oh,
California had said that they were turning off communications for the night, and Titanic missed that. So
oh,
there was when Titanic sank, there was an entire ship about 15 minutes away that they had no way to contact.
dang.
But originally they were going to add that into the movie of them trying to reach the boat, but James Cameron felt that it would take away from the Titanic story to cut to another boat.
Yeah,
Even just for the setup, it would take too much away from your investment um
yeah.
in
I
what
I
happens.
I agree.
But yes, there was a boat that could have been there and should have been there to save everybody.
Dang.
But now we cut to third class and we see that it's sinking. We see that it's sinking real good. And Tommy's leading them all. And they're like, "Where are we going?" And he goes, "I don't know. We're following the rats. That's good enough for me."
Yeah.
But they're getting out. They're going up.
Yep.
I'm gonna go a little bit faster through this part because there's a lot of choppy cutscenes now.
There is. Also on the deck, fun fact, we see some kids kicking around a big block of ice uh,
Yeah,
that had come off
iceberg.
the iceberg, and that actually happened on the deck when the ice was on there. The bunch of people were kicking it around and having fun with it.
That's sad.
Yeah.
So Cal reports that he's been
Okay,
robbed.
maybe we have sad facts for the rest of the movie.
I think we're gonna have sad facts for the rest of the movie. It would be kind of rude to call them fun facts at this point.
It would.
But yeah, Cal reports he's been robbed. Now they're really looking for Jack and Rose.
Yeah, everybody is now.
But we get passengers murmuring about the fact that we hit an iceberg. Um, Jack and Rose saw the whole thing, and
Yep.
so they're like, "We better go talk to Mom." And yeah, Jack's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." Lovejoy
Yeah, and
plants the necklace on Jack.
yeah, actually, Rose says we need to go tell Cal and Mom that something happened.
Yeah,
So she's still
well,
being a
she doesn't
human
hate
being.
him.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I think she does, but
maybe. But yeah, so Lovejoy, as when they all meet up, Lovejoy plants the heart of the ocean right on Jack,
yep.
and Jack gets taken away. Uh,
Yeah, Rose is like there's more important things going on right now. What are you doing?
yeah, and yeah, you see it kind of rattles Rose when they pull the thing out of the pocket and realize the coat's stolen too.
Yeah,
It doesn't
not
paint
a good
Jack in a
look.
good light. Nope. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I did just meet you yesterday, or 2 days
Yeah.
ago.
It's like, but you were with
Maybe
me
you
the
are
whole
s-
time. You saw me. I didn't do
maybe
it.
you are scamming me."
Yeah.
And we cut to the captain. Captain learns that the Titanic is going to sink, and that in 2 hours they have 2 hours at most,
Yeah.
is what they say. It ends up being like 2 hours 41, but I
Yeah,
digress.
and that was Mr. Andrews going over
Yeah,
what's going on.
and he's like, there's 2,200 souls on board, and they're like, but she can't sink. And Andrews is like, she's made of iron. I assure you, she can, and she will.
Yeah, it's a big hunk of metal in the middle of the ocean. It's going down.
Yes, it can sink, and it's going to. Yeah, there's no way out.
It's
But yeah,
amazing
we
these
get
things float.
Cal and Rose, and they're chatting. Cal starts the conversation with a slap. Oh yeah, I like that. Sorry, it's in my notes, but I'm like, yeah, I was kind of just hoping to
Sad facts.
gloss gloss over him slapping her, but that's a thing that happens. And then they get interrupted by a call to dress warm, and Cal's like, "I'm rich, not now." And the guy's like, "Yeah, but it's Captain Order, so shut up."
Yeah,
Captain sends out a we cut to the captain. He sends out a distress call. The nearest ship that receives it is 4 hours away.
yeah, not
They're
good
getting the
for her.
lifeboats prepped. The rich are gathered, and then the rich go back inside the dining room because it's cold outside. Well,
It is pretty
get used,
chilly.
get used to that.
Yeah,
Sorry. And then Rose is in there and she sees Andrews and she's like, "What's going on?" And Andrews first he lies to her and she's like, "I saw the iceberg and I can see it in your eyes. What's
he's like,
happening?"
well,
And
I've taken a liking to you, so
he's like, she's gonna sink. We hit an iceberg. She's going down. Get to a lifeboat as fast as you can and get on.
you know how many there are and how many can hold.
Yeah,
You did the math. Get one quick.
get one now. Yep, yep. Jack gets cuffed to a pipe down in the jail room. I guess you'd call it.
It's it's not even really a brig. It just gets in a office or something.
Yeah, yeah. And then he just gets handcuffed to a pipe.
Yeah.
And now we find out that that's sort of just 4 hours out. Lovejoy says he'll watch Jack for a while.
Yeah, yeah, he's like, "You know what? You guys have more important things to worry about with the ship kind of damaged. I'll watch this guy. You guys go do your thing." They're like, "You're a good man, sir." They take off.
Yep. But then we cut to the deck and we are loading up the women and the children.
Yes, we are.
And we see what a coward. No,
This
not
way.
yet. Not yet. Not yet. Yep. Okay. So we see the orchestra gets together and starts playing on deck.
Yep, something to do, keep warm, maybe entertain the people a little bit while there's
Just
things going
try
on.
to reduce music tries to reduce panic. If they're playing, people won't think this situation is as serious as it is.
True. Very true.
Keep people calm.
Yep.
Now we see third class trying to get out, and they are not letting them out. They are locking them in,
Yeah. Yeah,
which
they are.
that's I did not. Yeah, this
That's
movie hit a lot different as an adult, as a middle-aged man, than it did as a 12-year-old kid.
seeing what people went through.
Yeah, the impact of it. I don't know. I don't think I understood it so much as a kid.
Yeah.
Yep. But we see they're really starting to load the lifeboats up, and we get a shot of the whole boat to see just how sinking she is. Oh my gosh, there's so much more.
It is a long movie.
It is. Thanks for picking it.
You're welcome.
Oh, now we're back to Jack, and Lovejoy punches Jack and leaves him to drown.
Yeah.
Now we're
He's like,
back, and
"Well,"
then yeah,
he's like, "I don't have to do anything. You're not going anywhere. Goodbye."
and it's getting wet here.
Yeah.
And because we see the water starting to come up, and then we get back to the deck. Here we go. We're loading the lifeboats. They get Molly on. They get Mom on, and Mom's just insufferable, isn't she? Just kind of awful. Are the
She
lifeboats
is.
going to be separated by class? And then Rose's like, shut up.
Like, I really don't wanna be here.
These are people. Like everyone here is people.
Yes.
And
She's like, "I'll
Cal's
hang out
like,
with Molly, but not you."
yeah. And Cal's like, so any room on board for a gentleman? And everyone just kind of looks at him and goes, women and children only now. And then Rose refuses to get on the lifeboat and
Yes,
goes to
she
find
does.
Jack. Cal grabs her and she's like, hey, let go. And then he calls her some names and she spits in his face and leaves.
Yes, because Jack taught her how to spit.
Fun fact, they did
Fun
that
fact.
scene a lot.
Did they?
So much so that they had to use a uh, a lubricant for Rose to spit, or for Kate to spit because she had no more spit left.
Dang. Why so much?
I don't know. I didn't see anything on why so much. I just know that they had to do it over and over again. To eventually she had a little bottle of like KY jelly she was
That
squirting into her mouth to spit
that
at him.
that was okay, but spit on it again. One more time. One more time.
We really want to get it right. And he's
Yeah,
like he's what there was
Billy Zane.
so much there was so much spit on his face that like I forget what it was. I didn't write it down either, but yeah, he commented on how much spit there was on his face. Oh, because it was cold, I think.
Yeah.
That it was actually freezing to his face. Maybe not. I don't remember exactly what the fun fact was. Don't quote me on that. I might cut that out. I probably won't. Anywho,
Fun fact,
yes.
the water they were in during the filming was like 60 degrees
For some of the filming.
for some of the filming.
All right, so we cut to Jack and he sees he's underwater.
Yeah, yeah, just looking at the little porthole is like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yep. Rose is trying to find him because Jack doesn't know that the ship is sinking. He's figured it out now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But up until this point, he's like, had no idea. And then he's looking out and he goes, oh, yeah, that's not
he's like,
good.
I could see out this window a little bit ago. Now it's water. That's not good."
Yeah, right. But she runs into Andrews, and Mr. Andrews gives her directions. And Jack starts seeing the water coming in. Rose is done being polite. She's at a lift, and she's like, take me down to this floor. And he's like, no, lady, we're sinking. And she's like, that's it. I'm sick of this. Gets in there. You take me down right now. So he does. And then they get to the bottom, and their feet are in water. And he's like, nuts to you, lady. I'm leaving.
Yeah, yeah, it's terrifying. The elevator goes down and water just starts flooding it. You're like, "Oh, how far down does this go?" Um,
Yeah.
and then you can see it's about what waist high at this point, and the elevator
That's just,
operator.
yeah. That's about knee high.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, as the elevator starts going up, it's struggling. It's all that weight from the water.
Yep. You need to see it pouring out.
Yeah,
But she finds him. There's no key. She's gonna go for help. We see the power starting to fade. She
yeah,
sees someone, and she's like, I need a key, and he's like, come on, and just takes her and starts pulling her. And she's like, no, 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 there's someone down here I have to help, and he's not listening. So she punches him in the face, and he's like,
yeah.
nuts to you, lady.
This guy's panicking.
Yes. So
He's
she
like, "Do my job
grabs.
and panic."
Yep. So she, Rose, sees the axe, breaks the window, grabs the axe. We see the captain's in shock. He's just like, what have I done? Because he knew better. He
Yeah.
knew better than to listen to Ismay, but he did anyway, and this is all his fault. And that the gravity of that is really sinking in, and I think he's taking on all the responsibility and the blame for himself.
Yes.
As we see the
Yes, he
water
is.
starting to overtake the deck. Anyway, Rose is going back. She's really taking her time with this.
I mean, she's trudging through water right now. There's a lot of hallways. I'm sure she's kinda lost.
Yes, and then so she sees how much the water has come up and she jumps in and she finally reacts to the water. Fun fact, they had
Yes.
two sites. They had a pool and then they had a place off the coast of Mexico in the Gulf
Okay.
to film the water scenes. This was the one with ocean water. It was cold. So her
Yes.
reaction is her actual reaction because it was not the pool that most of it was filmed in. It was cold. And so when she gets to Jack's room here in a little bit, you can actually see she's kind of shaking because of the cold water,
Yeah. And to be fair, the pool was cold too. Not as cold as the ocean, but it's not like they were in warm water.
which they should have been in warm water.
It's hard to keep that much water heated.
Expensive.
Expensive. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
very. Fun fact, they built so many hallways and stuff for filming and stuff that people used to get lost walking around, going to lunch. Lunch breaks took a little longer sometimes because, like, let's go to lunch, and they get lost in these mazes of hallways. Is that
Yes.
one of your fun facts?
No. But to piggyback off of that, there was a lot of rumors going around that third class was just locked in and left for dead, which is not true. However, the layout of Titanic, things weren't properly labeled, and the layout of the hallways was confusing.
Yeah.
And in third class, you had a lot of immigrants who didn't couldn't read English, couldn't speak English, and so we'll see it. It comes up in the movie where you see people panicking, trying to figure out signs because they don't know how to get out.
Yes. He's looking at a little translation book too.
Yeah, and that was how a lot of third class people didn't make it out is because they couldn't figure out where to go and they couldn't navigate the halls.
Yeah.
So it's sad. That's a sad fact. That's a very sad fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she gets the axe. I like this part. Take a couple practice swings. Not even close, but we have to
Yeah.
go because it's filling up with water fast.
It's
And
like,
she's successful.
yeah, it's like hit that mark again. All right, that's close enough. Let's do this.
Okay, that's enough practice.
And I think it's great that they both close their eyes.
Yeah,
He's like, I can't see this. She's like, I can't watch.
yeah. But we see that our heroes have to find a new way out because the ship is really sinking
Yes.
at this point.
Yeah, it is going down, and third class is not going to be around much longer.
And okay, so the scene here where it cuts to the rich people out on the lifeboats already, like the first ones off, who are off in the distance,
Yeah.
looking back at the boat. I'm glad that they gave us that perspective
Yeah.
because
No, that
he didn't have to. Human it you see a level of growth and humanization of the rich people that have kind of just been characters up until this point.
yeah.
You get a little more from them, and you get to see of like it is tragedy, and they realize that like there are, regardless of class and anything, like those are people back there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good shot. It's a good way to keep up with some of the people, and it shows the stakes at a different angle too.
It does, yeah. And I think all the rich people kind of grew during that moment. Anyway, um, so now we're loading the lifeboats, and Lovejoy can't find Rose.
That seems to be a theme with Lovejoy.
Yeah, but they hear that they also hear that there's lifeboats on the other side letting men on.
Yeah,
Then we cut to Jack and Rose, who make it to where there's no water.
and I was gonna say we find out too that Cal does not like to lose either.
No, no, he doesn't handle loss very well.
No, his ego is driving him at this point.
Yeah, completely. But we cut back to the deck, and we see Andrews talking to someone and saying that lifeboats are being launched half full,
Yeah,
and like there's not even enough lifeboats for half the people on board, and you're not filling them to capacity.
what's the problem? And that did happen. That's historically accurate.
Yes, it is.
Um, that
There
a
was such
few
a panic that
that some boats only left with a few people on them,
yeah.
and weren't to capacity.
But we see tensions building down at the third class stairwell, and they finally unlock the doors to let women and children through only. But people just start flooding because the boat's sinking and they're stuck and the water's rising, and they lock them back in again.
Yep,
They try to find a different place. Jack and Rose find their friends, Tommy and
Fabricio.
Fabricio, and they're gonna find a new way out. We cut back to Cal. Cal takes the necklace and leaves. Now we're back to Jack and Rose and many third class. Oh, here we go. We see this is where he did a good job of trying to show us not just the main characters, but also show what others were going through, like what just regular passengers would be going through.
Yeah,
Fun fact: James Cameron met with 1,500 of the extras in this movie and gave them all backstories.
really.
Yes.
That's that's cool.
Yeah. So so that the extras would connect more with the people that they were playing instead of just being extras. And I believe a lot of it was actual people who were on Titanic that they knew of. They tried to do as much of that as possible.
Yeah, from the actual registry. I mean, you might
Hmm.
have to come up with a little bit of extra stuff for that character, but this is your name. They were actual person.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is where they show the people in the hallways trying to read the signs and with the translations book trying to figure out where to go to live.
Yep. As water starts flooding in from all over the place.
Yep. But our heroes arrive at another locked gate and they bust this one open.
Yeah, they use a bench. They rip it out of the ground,
Yep.
and the the
But Tommy
employee is like,
punches the guy out.
you're gonna have to pay for that. That's Starline property.
Yeah. Shut up. Yeah, that's great. But then we cut back to we're on deck again, and there's big panic over the lifeboats, and the guns are starting to come out to keep the peace.
Yep.
There's more panic sets in as people start to realize that there's not enough boats for everybody. Jack and Rose finally make it on deck. The orchestra is still playing. Cal makes a deal with Murdoch to be like, "Hey, here's a lot of money. Get me on the boat. Make sure I get a place on a boat." Lovejoy finds Rose, tells Cal. Cal goes to find them.
Because Cal doesn't like to lose.
No, he does not.
It's personal now.
And then, yep, and then we're still at the lifeboats, and we see Ismay get on board a lifeboat, and you can see just on his he plays this part so well, where he's like, Murdoch sees him and he sees Murdoch,
Yeah.
and they're both kind of taken back by the situation, and he just keeps his head forward, and Murdoch sends him down.
Yep.
And this is true. This is what happened.
Yep.
Ismay got off. It completely ruined his reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was considered a coward by everybody, and his life was never the same.
No. It's you didn't go down with your boat?
Yeah. And now we cut to Jack telling Rose to get on a boat, says he'll get the next one. Cal shows up and was like, dude, get on the boat. I've made an arrangement with Murdoch. If you get on, I'll ensure that Jack gets a seat. This works.
Yeah,
Rose
they're
gets
just
on,
they're both telling her it'll be fine, just get on the boat. We'll be safe on the other side.
and Jack's like, you're a good. And Cal's like, you're a good liar, Jack. And Jack's like, yeah, almost as good as you. There's no deal, is there? And he goes, oh, there is. Not one that you'll benefit from, though.
Yeah.
And, well, Rose ain't dumb.
No.
Rose, she's just kind of in the shock of the panic, and then she's like, "Wait a minute, Cal's not going to get him on a boat,"
Yeah.
and so she bails.
Yeah, she jumps.
She jumps back on the boat, and her and Jack find each other, and she's like, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "You jump, I jump, right?"
Yep. You jump, I jump.
Which
That's their motto.
two fun facts here.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'll just do the one right now. Um, this take was the last take they did of this scene because, and it took a while for Leonardo DiCaprio to convince James Cameron to let them do one last take just for the actors.
Yeah.
And that's the one where Rose, because he didn't want, he had very specific instructions on how the scene was supposed to go. And after they got the one that James Cameron wanted, Leo was like, "Hey, can we do one just for the actors?" And talked him into it. They're like, "Okay, fine." And that's when she jumps into his arms, and they do the one that you see in the movie.
Okay.
James saw the one for the actors, and was like, "Oh yeah, now that's the one we're gonna use." And then she says, "You jump, I jump, right?" And now Cal is out for blood,
Yeah.
and he's. It's not enough that the boat is sinking. He's chasing them and opening fire.
Yeah. Yeah. He's he's got a gun. He doesn't care who he hits or what he hits. He needs to kill one of them.
Yep. But yeah, he chases them for a good while, and then they finally escape into the water. And Cal finally realizes what's going on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not following her." And then he realizes that she has the diamond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovejoy's like, "What's the matter with you, sir?" And he's like, "They put the diamond in the coat." And he's like, "And she's wearing the coat."
Yeah, yeah. He starts laughing as Lovejoy catches up, and it's like, what's so funny? It's like it's like it's all falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they've run back into the water under the boat again,
Yep.
or
Yep.
in the depths of the boat once again.
Yep. And as they're running through the hallways, they find a young boy sitting there panicking, and so they grab
Go-
him to save him.
Yeah,
And then a man shows up. I think it's his dad. It's supposed to be his dad, I
it
think.
is his dad.
Yeah, they pass the kid off, but they all get hit with a wall of water, and we never see them again.
No, we do not. Uh, there's
But
a
they,
shot. Fun fact: there's a shot here that's um, you just see the water coming in, blowing the water off, blowing the doors off the rooms, and coming down the hallway. Um, they built that with a 20 foot 20 foot quarter scale model,
mm,
and just pumped the water through as they ran the camera back. Uh, and it's the one where the camera's tilted slightly
okay,
because they were having troubles with it that didn't look right with straight head on. So as soon as they tilted the camera like the boat was tilted, they're like, that's it. That
yep.
makes it work.
But yeah, they barely make it to a stairwell, but the gate's locked. Then there just happens to be a guy that runs by. He's got a key. He thinks about not helping them, and then finally he's like, "Ah, darn it!" And so he tries to help him, but then he drops the key and runs.
He's like, sorry,
Sorry, I dropped the key. Bye,
I tried.
and
I did my
leaves.
good deed.
So then they pick it up. They eventually unlock it, and they get out barely.
Yeah.
We get back on deck with the lifeboats. There is more panic. Cal sees a lost girl, and he's like, "Here's my ticket on." Well, we
Yep.
got Jack and Rose running.
Yeah. Cal's
They're all getting close to the lifeboats now.
Cal. Yeah. Cal's
Mert,
now in self preservation mode. He's
yep. He's like, "I don't have much time left. I need to get on one of these boats."
yeah.
Murdoch is trying to keep order, and then accidentally shoots Tommy,
Yeah. Yeah. He's
and
he's got his gun out trying to keep order, and it's not good.
because Tommy gets shoved forward at him, and he thinks he's lunging, and so he shoots in a panic. Tommy
Yeah.
goes down. Fabrizio calls him a name,
Yeah.
and then Murdoch salutes his fellow worker and checks out.
Yeah.
Cal picks up the little girl that's panicked and uses her to get a spot on a lifeboat.
Yes. Yeah. He's like, I'm all she has. He's talking to employees, or the employees that he hasn't interacted with yet, that don't
Yeah,
recognize him.
yeah. Jack and Rose are still running. They run into Andrews. He is just sitting there, and he's like, "No, I'm going down with the ship." And
Yeah, this is in the dining room.
they're in the dining room, yeah. And they have a very heartwarming goodbye. And he apologizes for not building her a better ship.
Yeah.
And then they leave him to die.
He's like, leave me be. You guys should try and get out.
And the captain's just standing there, still in shock. A lady with a baby approaches and says, "Sir, where do I go?" And he just ignores her and walks into the wheelhouse.
Yeah, he's pretty out of it too.
Yeah, he's
The
just,
downfall of this ship is hitting everybody very hard.
yeah. We cut back to the orchestra. The violinist dismisses everybody for the night. They all say goodbye. And he keeps playing.
Yeah.
And
And they
the
come
rest of
back.
his, they come back to play with him still. And that's a real thing. That actually happened as well.
Yep. Yep. The orchestra played as long as they could.
Yep. And then we get a little, I guess you call it a montage here of
Yeah.
this touches, these are all real stories of people
Yes.
that they wanted to tell briefly. We see the elderly couple. No, I'm not going to say fun fact because it's not, but those are the owners of Macy's department store.
Okay.
They were on the boat. There was originally a scene where the woman was going to get on the boat, and but not her husband, and she's like, absolutely not. It's
Yeah.
us together or it's nothing. And that is, they actually had a scene for it where of her saying no. Um, I forget exactly what it was, but when Rose says "I jump, you jump," that's what it's a reference to. Is what, I forget her name. It was what that old lady said. Was it's you and me. But they cut her scene out of there and they just showed
Ah.
that. And so we go to, um, yeah, people accepting their fates.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to touch on all of it because it's it is heart wrenching.
Yeah, there's some rough ones.
Yeah. So we're gonna just go buy it.
Yep. Watch the movie.
Yep. Watch the movie. And we're out of time, and they're having to actually cut lifeboats loose because
Yeah.
the ship is, yeah.
Yeah, where we're at this point is boats are gonna start getting drug underwater if they don't cut them loose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then there was another guy who was walking. What was his name? Benjamin Gutenberg, the guy that asked for. They're like, nope, we're dressed in our best, ready to go down like gentlemen. I would like a
Oh,
brandy though. I think that's Benjamin
yeah.
Gutenberg. In real life, he was actually looking for his dog, but they didn't want to depict that, so they just had him ask for a brandy. Be kind of tongue in cheek, cause. And I bring that up because now we're at the part where the orchestra is done
Benjamin
playing and
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim. There we go. I was close.
You were.
But yeah, the orchestra is like, we're done. It's been an honor playing with you gentlemen tonight. I don't know if any of them survived. I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
We see the wheelhouse gets overtaken by water. Uh, we see Guggenheim got his brandy, but he might be regretting his decision to stay.
Yep.
But fun fact, that's what happened to them. They all they all dressed up in their finest clothes and they went down with the ship.
Yep. Sad fact.
Sad fact. Did I say fun fact?
You did.
Sorry. Now we get everybody running aft to the back of the ship.
Yep.
People are are jumping into the water now. Uh, people are being swept inside. That's scary.
Yeah, so the at this point the dome cracks
Right, yeah.
too. Dome breaks, water starts flooding in.
Yep, and all that
Um,
is
People getting
sucking
sucked
people
out the
in.
windows, the back pull. Um,
Yep. Cables are snapping now. The towers are falling. We see Fabricio does not make it.
no, no, he gets taken out by a smokestack.
Would have been I wish he wouldn't have seen the smokestack.
Yeah,
He didn't have to look up and see it crushing him. He could have had his back to it and then been like swimming or trying to do something and then just have it hit. I don't like that he knew,
Yeah.
but we see the back end starting to raise up. Power's still going out. We got a reverend speaking. Um, that's also based on a true event that happened. There was a minister that was out there reading scripture,
Yep.
and we see it. We get people sliding down as the vote gets more and more vertical. We see that they're trying to keep the power going, and some guy touches something, and he gets blown up
Yep. And it
by the
goes out.
electricity, and the power goes out, and that has to be the scariest moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that
And
adds
so
a new layer to everything.
it's just arc. And yep, the ship. Yeah, we see the lifeboats, people watching again. The rich are watching again, and they see the power goes out. The ship breaks in half and sinks real fast.
Yeah.
They climb up to the top of the stern. There's people falling.
I was gonna say really quick, we lose Lovejoy when the ship breaks in half. He's on the seam.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Oh yeah, yeah. As it's splitting, he's like right on the rail hanging on to it, and as the gap opens up, he's like, "No."
Oh,
I don't think he
okay.
says anything, but
Right. And then when they're up on the standing on the back of the railing, they see a guy in white drinking out of a flask.
yeah.
That was a real dude that was on the Titanic. Not, I mean, it was the cook,
Yeah, the
and he was actually there, and he actually stood on the back of the railing and actually survived. He survived overnight in the water.
oh, he was one of the 7 people pulled out of the water, or 4 people?
He was one of the. We'll touch on that in a little bit,
Okay.
but yeah, he was one of the ones pulled out of the water. Uh, actually, the next morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had survived like 8 or 10 hours in the water.
Dang.
Something ridiculous and unheard of.
Yeah. But ever since, like, "That's a cook.
Yeah.
He's the cook."
But we get to the point of where she's about to go under, and Jack's like, "Hey, hold my hand and kick until you break surface."
Touch on it really quick too, because the boat's, like, almost vertical when it snaps in half, and then it just the back half drops.
Yeah,
That's gotta be everybody
that's
hanging on.
scary.
Yeah, because it whoosh back into the water, and then it gets pulled down again, so you're going back up.
Yeah, but yep.
Um,
So the boat goes under finally. Rose makes it up. We see Jack get pulled away. He's nowhere to be seen. There's total
yeah, there's
chaos now.
the
People are
vortex.
using, yep, people are using other people as flotations. We see one guy, he doesn't have a life belt on, and he grabs Rose and pushes her under to try to stay above water.
Yeah,
And then Jack comes up out of nowhere and hits him, and they swim away
yeah,
to
they get away from the people.
get away from the chaos a little bit, and they swim to the most famous door in cinema history.
Yes, yes, they do.
Do you have a fun fact about the door?
Yeah. Do you?
Yes.
You go ahead first.
The door was not able to hold both of them. They both would have fit on it, but their combined weight would have submerged them, and its buoyancy was not proper.
Okay.
There have actually been scientific studies done on it.
I was gonna say MythBusters did an episode on this.
And Mythbusters came to a different conclusion, didn't they?
They did. They determined that they would both be able to fit on it. Um, Now I don't know. I can't remember if they determined that it would support them both above the water or keep some of them submerged a little bit, just up. But
Right.
they determined that it was
It
possible for them to both be on it.
They both could have been on the boat to float, or on the door to float.
Yeah,
However, they would have been submerged in water and they both would have died. And I think Jack realized that because you can see him looking at the situation when they both try to climb on, and he goes, "Oh," and so he doesn't,
yeah,
so he can keep her out of the water.
right. I mean, they're also kind of panicking and in shock from everything that happened, so they're not thinking the most
Jack,
clearly.
no, Jack has been level-headed and thinking this through the whole way.
Yeah,
He's the only reason that Rose survives.
he is.
Spoilers.
I mean, we know that. She's telling the story.
I know, I'm kidding
Okay.
about that, spoilers. But people in the water are trying to call the boats back.
Yep.
Uh, Molly steps up and she's like, "What's wrong with you? Your men are out there. We have plenty of room. Go back and get people."
Yeah.
And one of the boat guys is like, "Absolutely not. There's all kinds of panic. They'll flip the boats and pull us all in," which he makes a point.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, yes, that's what would happen if a boat went back right away.
Yep. And then yeah, Jack and Rose are talking.
So yeah, the people on the boat decide that they're not going to go back.
Right. Yep. but time has passed. It's getting quiet. Jack says he's gonna write an angry letter.
Yeah.
He's assures Rose that they're just getting the boats in order. They're gonna come back any minute.
Yep.
Um, Rose tells Jack she loves him, and Jack's like, "Don't you do that. You are not dying right now. You are going to live a long, full life, and you're going to die warm in your bed." Spoilers. And Jack makes Rose promise that she will do whatever she has to survive.
Yep. That she will hang on. She won't let go.
Yep. Finally, a lifeboat makes it back to find survivors, but it is not looking good, and we get a horrifying scene.
Yeah.
And I like the little part where he's like they're oaring through, and the guy's like, "Don't hit them with the oars."
Yeah. Yeah. We
That
don't
was
want to hit
that was
anybody. Just
yeah.
we're moving through. Do what we can. Checking people as they go.
Yep. So then we go back to Jack and Rose. She's singing a song, looking up at the stars. She hears the boat. She tries to wake up Jack, but Jack is gone,
Yeah. Jack doesn't wake up.
and she gives up. Immediately gives up,
Yep.
and she's like, "Oh well, I'm not gonna go either." Then
Yeah.
she
She's like, I'm done.
then she remembers the promise she made to Jack. Swims to the guy who had the whistle. Gets noticed. Gets rescued.
Yes, she does.
We go back to present day. She says 1,500 went into the water. 20 lifeboats were nearby, and only one came back, and 6 were pulled out of the water. Fun fact:
Okay.
that is not true.
Oh, okay.
Multiple lifeboats came back, and more than 40 people were pulled from the water.
Oh, that is a fun fact.
Yes,
Well, that's a happy fact. Happier fact?
better than 6,
Yes. Better than
and only
6.
one, and only one going back. Yes. And then now Rose says that those in the lifeboats had nothing to do but wait. And that's not something I thought about until she mentioned it, because it's like, oh yeah, everyone panics and gets to the lifeboats, like, oh, I'm saved, but then what? You're
Now
still
you're just
floating
sitting on a yeah.
in a boat in the middle of the Atlantic. Someone has to come get you.
I mean, you're sitting in this boat, unsure if anybody heard the distress call going out. You don't know if
Yeah,
somebody's coming. You're just in a boat.
right. That might be worse than being gone,
Yeah.
especially if no one comes for you.
But people did hear and people did come.
Yes, they were eventually picked up by the Carpathia. And then and then while we're on board, we see Cal's looking in steerage, but Rose hides.
Yeah.
And she says that's the last time she ever saw Cal. Um, that Cal had gotten married, but the crash in '29 um, hit his interest really hard. He lost everything, and
He did what a lot of people did in the depression.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they arrive in New York, and I love that they did an homage to Fabrizio
Yeah.
and had her look up at the Statue of Liberty. And
Yep.
then they ask for her name, and she says Rose Dawson.
Yep.
And then we're back at present day, and they're like, there's no record of Jack. There's no nothing on him, anything. And she goes, no, there wouldn't be.
Yep. He got his
She says
tickets.
he won his tickets in a poker game. He was third class. There's nothing, and then he didn't survive. So
Yeah.
and she's never spoken of him until now.
Yeah.
And yeah, he exists only in her memory. Fun fact:
Okay.
they did end up retrieving a lot of bodies from the water, and there is a Jay Dawson from Canada,
Okay.
and his grave is the most visited grave of any Titanic survivor, or no, of any other Titanic
Oh, yeah, not
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 survivor.
not Survivor, of any other Titanic,
Recipient? No,
Voyager.
Voyager. There it is. Anyway,
I feel like there's a better word, but I can't come up with it.
I do too. Anyway, so they resurface, and Brock throws. He's like, "This cigar was for when I found the heart of the ocean," and he throws it because I think he's done.
Yep.
And we cut to that night, and old Rose goes to the back of the boat, pulls out the heart of the ocean.
We flashback it too with,
We feel a flashback to her pulling it out of the pocket.
yep, realizing it's on her person.
Yep. And she throws it back down with that Titanic to the bottom of the sea where it belongs.
It's like, oop,
Ha!
little
Now, have you seen the alternate ending?
oh, where she gives it to Brock?
She doesn't give it to him. He is suspicious that she had it.
Yeah.
And so he meets her out there. She's getting ready to throw it over. And he says, wait. At least let me look at it. And she holds on to it and she lets him hold it for a minute. And then she takes it out of his hands and throws it overboard. And I like that better. I like that he at least got to know.
Yeah. But now he's like, it's down there. I know it's down there.
But then he'd also be like, and that's where it should stay.
Hopefully.
And then we cut to Rose sleeping in bed.
Yep.
And we go through all the pictures of her life and where we see that she did all the things that she talked to Jack about doing. And then we slowly cut back to Titanic going down going down the deck.
Yep.
And we get a good transition here of it going back in time to what it looked like fully restored. And Rose is young and she's back on board and everyone's there waiting for her and Jack is waiting up at the clock like that one night of the party.
Yep. They're all
We find
watching
out
her. And
she dies. She died at the end.
yes,
Warm
yes,
in
she
her
died
bed,
at the
like
end.
Jack said. Yes. And yep, and then we go up to the glass ceiling and we fade to white and roll credits to My Heart Will Go On.
Yes. And that was
Marshall,
Titanic.
go
Yes.
ahead. What are your
I
final thoughts on this film?
I love this movie. It is one of my favorites. I I guess fell into Titanic fever when it came out. I've been watching. I've watched documentaries about it, the making of, behind the scenes, all that fun stuff. Uh, for years, watching the movie. I like the story, um, and everything about this movie is. uh, We've said it several times. They did impeccable with the film itself. The detail work, the acting, everything comes down to an amazing film, in my opinion. And I shall watch it several more times. I still love it,
Okay,
and I'm happy.
good.
What about you?
So I had not seen this movie since it came out.
Since it came out?
Since it came out.
Oh, wow.
Last time I recall seeing it in theaters is the last time I recall seeing this movie.
Okay.
So if that tells you how long it's been.
Been a while.
I can there's a reason why it's been deemed the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal from start to finish. I remember being surprised at how much I liked it when it came out, and I was more surprised how much I liked it after this watch. I was also very much more surprised how much harder the tragedy of it hit me as an adult than as a 12-year-old kid. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned that.
It
It hits
was
harder.
it w yeah. I didn't understand the tragedy as much as a kid. I don't remember being as, um, emotional about it
Yeah.
as I did in this watch of being like, "Man, that like, the heaviness I felt during the last half of the movie
Yeah.
when you're seeing everything happen." It really I mean, it's so well done because there's a lot of movies where you get deaths of people and you don't really care.
Yeah.
It's just kind of just part of the background. It's filler. It's, it is what it is and kind of move on. But this movie made you care about every person that died in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It
To
did.
to to James Cameron's credit, it was I mean, I mentioned the fun fact that he had met with 1,500 of the cast members and given them stories. And somehow that translated over into everybody that you saw in the background. Even
Yeah.
for a split second, you felt that these were people,
Yeah.
real
They
life
weren't actors
people.
playing a role.
No, they weren't just extras in a background. They weren't just filler. It's like every single person I saw, I felt a connection that they were actual people with a whole history. There was not a single extra in this movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely it's a long movie, so it's not one I'm going to watch often, but yeah, I will watch this one again. And if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you will not be disappointed. But yeah,
Um.
that's my final thought.
Yeah, that was Titanic. Um, yeah, I remember watching it in theaters. I watched it several times over the last few years. I mean, I think I watched it last year. Might have been earlier this year, but I watch it regularly. Like I said, it's one of my favorites.
As it should be.
So, well, I think we'll lighten things up a little bit with our next movie.
Yeah. So, I had this movie all picked out. And then you went with Titanic. And I'm like, I don't. We've done two blockbusters back to back, just two big epic movies back to back.
Yeah,
And the movie I had picked for this was was one I had never seen, and I don't think you have ever seen. And actually, it was one I hadn't even heard of. But I decided after you picked Titanic that I did not want to be the one to break our streak of blockbuster movies.
Okay.
So I think for the first time in our lives, and maybe the only time in our lives, I get to welcome you to Jurassic Park.
Oh, all right. I'm excited for that one.
I saw the head hang. Were you gonna pick that next?
Yeah.
That's twice now. We've each stolen a movie.
We did. We did. After watching Titanic, I was like, because just the sheer magnitude of the movie, the advancements of the technology and things like that, I was like, maybe I should do Jurassic Park next because that was another like a precursor to what Titanic did on. So I was really seriously gonna do Jurassic Park next, but
Wow,
oh, fantastic!
that's that's impressive to have it twice,
It is.
and for us to each have stolen a movie from each other.
I'll allow it.
You don't have a choice.
Nope, I don't.
Well, thank you to everybody who joined us for this episode on Titanic. We look forward to you returning for Jurassic Park. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can do so watchitbropodcast at gmail.com. We are on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at watchitbropod, Facebook, and Instagram under that same handle. Our intro and outro music is provided by my lovely wife. That intro being Blue, that outro being Orlando. And as always, thank you for watching.